Disclaimer. This video, like all videos featured on this channel, is definitely intended for mature audiences. This video is likely to contain profane language. Content is inappropriate for minors. Video is not for kids.
Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Lord of mercy.
To the Dr. Greenthumb Show. I am your guest host today because the guys are doing the halftime over at the SoFi. I think it's Rams, Vikings, and I'm going to just be your guest host today. So I just wanted to thank you guys once again. And once again, we got a full table, and we got special guest, legendary David Downs is here, and I'm excited. So I just want to let y'all know that. Word up. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, welcome.
Word. Thank you, D.
Welcome. Thanks for having me, son Doobie.
Hey, just thank you, D, just for being here, man.
Hell
You're
yeah.
just a legend.
So juice. So happy to be here.
Word, man. You know, to my right, I always do this, Mr. Goodlight himself, C. Measy.
Hey, what up, everyone? Happy Thursday.
Word up. Word up, man. How you been, baby?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Good, man. I'm excited today.
Yeah, I'm still recovering from Kenji's party last night, man.
Hey, man. All right, we'll get to that.
All right.
All right, up in the treehouse. Up in the treehouse, I say. Look at you guys, broad dominator. And, of course, the man who always keeps it running, Bolton, man. How you doing, man?
Yo, how you guys doing today?
Good,
Yeah,
man.
we're doing good up here.
You know, saving the world one joint at a time. And as we move forward, we got the legendary platinum recording artist, Mellow Man Ace.
Expos come back to the league. It ain't the same without you. So somebody in Montreal, get with Drake. Tell him to put a team together. The kid's ambitious. He can get it done. I believe in him. Let's go.
Word.
Why don't we just ask Kendrick Lamar?
Okay. And last but not least, the legendary Mr. Milligrams himself, E-Zone.
What's up, everybody? We're here about to smoke some delicious lithium that just got dropped. I'm glad to be real. What is it? You know.
Okay.
The jar behind.
Lithium, all
On
right,
the
D?
Insane brand.
All right,
Yeah, off of the Insane brand. It's shout out to Kenji and shout out to all the people at the dogs.
Yeah, man.
Can we hook up
Yes,
D
bro.
with some lithium, please, man? Because
But
you guys, Kenji, forget it, man. These guys got some genetics that are just out of this world.
Truth.
Yeah, it was a rad party last night in celebration of
Talk about it,
the
Z.
releasing of Lithium. You
Yeah.
know, it was dope. Ken, we were all there, except you. We were wondering where you were, Doobie, but
he was definitely not there.
he was definitely not there, though.
No. I was taking a break. I'm rehearsing for the show next week.
That's right.
We got a show opening up for the Hill and for Halloween, and I'm excited about that. So we got a tight show, man. So I'm sorry, man. I had to tune up.
Yeah.
And I wish I was there. But the lithium, let's talk about it, man. The genetics on that. I mean, do you guys like it, man? What do you think?
I love it.
I fucks with it, man, just because we've known Kenji for I've known Kenji for like 10 years, and he's always been one of those guys when he ever hands you some weed, because he's the guy that's hands on with the strain, like he's the head cultivator. You don't know exactly what it is. He'll let you know what it is, and he'll let you know the actual the scientific name. Like the fucking the lineage. He's like, this is this cross with this.
Word.
But whenever he gives you something, it's that top tier.
Yeah.
Because he's just one of those guys. And when I tasted it yesterday, I was like, I wonder what he's been working on. I'm just like, I remember walking up to Chris. I was like, you remember we were smoking this shit like 3 years ago, bro?
Yeah.
When he was fucking dialing this strain in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
People forget that you had dialing a strain in is almost like tuning your guitar to the perfect sound, because you can fuck around and play a Nirvana song if it's off tune, but it ain't gonna sound like Nirvana,
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
Right.
You get a cover band action.
What does that lithium
Right.
smell? What's in there?
It's definitely it's a big purple, and everybody automatically assumes what a purple is. they assume that it's like a lemon cherry gelato. But if I had to take a guess,
Well, it's insane times Gushers times Mai Tai. I
Yay.
forgot the number.
There you go.
oh yeah, because there was multiple Mai Tais on top.
Yeah. So it's delicious and it's got a hell of a nose and the bag feels super rat. And it's funny, like Ezone said, Kenji is always, when he's out working and perfecting his strains, he'll come by and he'll like be like, oh, well, so and we all always ask Kenji, what you smoking on right now? And he'll be like, oh, this is the newest shit that I got right here. And then he'll just give us a handful and then we'll be looking for a bag like this.
Boom.
Bam, thanks, David. and then we'll be like, damn, dude. And he'll be like, oh yeah, this is some of the best right here.
Hey,
and
D, has that ever happened? I mean, you just smoke a strain and it just hits you harder than usual or unexpectedly. I mean, you probably have, besides lithium, some other strains that are your favorite or your pick or whatever, man.
You're pretty much the R&D for strains, right?
Without a doubt. And I still find stuff that gets on top of me all the time, where I'm like, I just was going to chill and play some video games with the homies. Now my heart is racing. I need to go stand by the window, just like look out in the distance.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Keep it real. Word.
Take some deep breaths.
Word.
Like, one I tell people to watch out for this year is called Cap Junkie.
Oh.
And that is a capulator from here in downtown LA. Junkie Genetics, also in LA.
Yeah.
They put their 2 best strains together, and that one is on a tear this year. But I always warn people, like, it's aggressive.
Well, check this out, man. I was reading your accolades, man. Senior editor at LeafFly.com, award-winning journalist, best-selling author, former writer for Wired, Rolling Stone, High Times, The Onion, nominated for the MJ Award and Journalist of the Year.
Thanks, Sandobi.
Man, I mean, you're legendary, bro. You're a genius, man.
You go to school?
Word, UC Santa Barbara.
Hell
English literature, just up the road.
See, that's
101.
That's dope. I like to ask that because sometimes a lot of people come through and like that they work in some field. Well, I mean, you have like an actual job where you have to like be careful with like how you type it and shit. Like we sometimes we get away with saying some crazy shit on here. But yeah, you have to be very conscious of it. So it's like I always like that. I was like, if you're like a reporter or a journalist, like it's dope that you're actually working in what you went to school for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure B-Real rhymes on beat. I should spell correctly. We all have our things we got to do.
Thank you.
And our joints have to be, properly
Absolutely.
made.
Yeah, you're exactly right,
You
man.
probably read a lot of books and shit, huh? Like
nonstop.
Yeah, for sure. Cause like no, for real, to be a writer, bro, like
your
vocabulary, like the only way you get better at vocabulary or like expanding your vocabulary is by reading books.
True.
Yeah.
Fully.
That's like really 100%. Like that's.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of us are just like, man, fuck that, bro.
I'm like rolling up reading Tolstoy's War and Peace right now. It's like 1,200 pages. Napoleon's just shattering the Russian army, but you need to like stay diverse.
Well, I'm just saying, man, that's so dope, man. I mean, it's exciting, man. What I'm reading is like, man, you've done it all, man. As far as like smokes about 400 strains a year reviewing.
I brought them.
I mean, bro, man, awesome. I want your job. You know what I'm saying, man? You're the luckiest man in the universe,
it's
man.
True.
Okay, so I want to know, like, if you're reviewing these strains, is there a limit per day?
Yeah, when you read the Wine Spectator, they'll do those wine tastings before they write their reviews and number them, and they stop at like 12 or 20 a day.
Oh, that's
damn, 20 a day. Like, damn, if you're
and they're spitting, they're like drinking and probably spitting it out.
But you get a little buzz.
Yeah,
dude, that's like wine tasting because, like, bro, we've judged, like, look, man, like, I've judged like certain cups. I judge like edible cups, like for the Emerald Cup, and like certain High Times and all that stuff, and like we've helped B-Real do certain judging and stuff like that. But you're over here, and like that's some serious tier right there. I didn't know there was what's that process like, bro? Because
it's everything.
We'll sit around, smoke 2-3 strains back to back. We don't really smoke them all. Like everybody gets a joint. We usually 2-3 puffs. It's okay. If it's good, we'll try to finish it.
Right.
Somebody makes a run to the convenience store after 3 strains.
Yep.
And then we keep going. But it's like, what's
ritual.
the actual process like especially you being a part of your job?
I think it comes down to the experience and the effect, One of my favorite strains right now is called Canna Country 26. It's purple. It looks like Jagu, Afgu, and it just feels good all day. You can smoke it in the morning all the way to night, and it's never going to get on top of you. You can share it at a wedding, and no one's going to get all self-conscious at the wedding.
That's
versus,
what
you know
we
what I'm talking
like.
about?
Yes.
But
they get
it's the
too
whole
high.
package. That's the end point, right? I think maybe that'd be worth 50 points, but there's still like how it looks, how it smells, how it feels, how dry it is, how well it's cured, how does it roll, how does it smoke, how does it taste? Does the smell carry through to the taste? Is there layers to it? Does it smell like one thing and then taste like another?
Right.
Is the back half of the joint as good as the front half? Is it better? Do you want to finish it? And I think you can run through 16 strains at once and separate 5 into the top off the bat, but you do need to come back on them if you're going to make like a final determination.
Now, when you are doing these taste tests and in these strain tests, like, do you cleanse the palate before every strain?
Yeah, I'm sitting here and drinking some water for sure. Yeah, like get some cucumber water out.
Yeah.
Does coffee work?
Coffee clears your nose as well. You can just have like a bag of coffee beans if you want to reset your nose.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's dope. I mean, you guys do it like, I mean, D, you're like a brain surgeon, man. You do it really, by the book, textbook, man. I like that, man.
For the people.
Yes,
know?
15 years.
Yeah.
I mean, beyond probably, but when, if you don't mind me asking, what age did you start smoking?
Oh, my mom caught me smoking weed when I was like maybe 16 in high school and threatened me
Get the
to
fuck out
put me in Christian school up in the high desert, Apple Valley, Victorville,
What the fuck?
Hesperia,
got it.
and now she's like, yo, where's them gummies at?
Oh, yes. I understand. I understand all that.
Gummies in
Yes.
the name of the Lord.
Hey, man, that is so crazy, though. But, man, like I said, man, you've been doing this for a long time. And, it's taken you everywhere. I mean, man, how is it?
All over.
How's it different? Like, because I know everybody does it different over there in Amsterdam, man. Yeah. And, they go crazy over there, man, because I guess, you get to do whatever you want over there, man.
Yeah, I'm just in this Bourdain mode where I get to crash around and smoke the best stuff. I was in Missouri. They legalized it in Missouri. You can get high in Kansas City.
Dope.
I was just in Montana. You can smoke legal weed in
Congrats.
Where's the place that needs the most help?
Oh, gosh. You know who's just getting off the ground is New York.
Really?
Yeah, they legalized it a while ago, but they made a lot of rules.
Okay.
And there's not a lot of stores open yet.
Okay.
And they're still buying a lot of Cali packs, and they've yet to find their own language. You think about East Coast versus West Coast rap. It's not like that yet. They don't have their own languages per se. They have some Sour D, but they have their Piff Haze. But it's all still LCGs in our stuff. I was in Barcelona. There's an entire menu just called Cali weed.
Whoa.
And it's 30 pounds a gram or 30 euros a gram. So do the math. That's like a $40 gram, right? And they have the stuff we have in LA right now that is being brought over there and sold, broken up from the QPs. And they're selling them for 30 euros a gram, permanent marker, lemon cherry gelato. All of our favorite stuff is there. I think because of Instagram, any trend is global within two weeks, a month. People can get on a plane or bring some seeds and start it up over there. Everyone wants what we have here. California, especially SoCal, is like to cannabis what Champagne, France is to champagne.
Right on.
Germany is to fancy cars.
Yeah.
Or Scotland is to whiskey.
Yeah.
There's going to be regional emphases and excellency, and Cali still holds it down.
Hey, man, thank you. That was gonna lead to my next question, because I was gonna say, what's the attraction with California and the weed and everything like that? But you pretty much answered it all right there in one shot.
We got the recipe,
man. Yeah. And it's like, it's like excellence. Everything you do is just high grade, and yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Just 5-star all the time.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, since in your experience of covering, weed and stuff, when did you start to see the transition from? Because to us, like when I went to Amsterdam for the first time 24 years ago, it was Amsterdam was was the best,
right?
And then sooner or later, like the scale started tipping more towards California.
Yeah.
And I noticed that it would, like, Amsterdam, people were coming back like, yeah, Amsterdam was cool. It didn't have Cali weed, but it was cool.
Yeah.
Like, when did you see that?
Them for sure. It had to have been when our laws got better than theirs. With medical and Prop 215 by 2010, 2012, 2014, we had all these dispensaries. We could do all this growing. We could grow collectively. They were still growing in basements. And then, we just took the baton from them. They used to run the game with like Northern Lights, Jack Herrera, like all those strains.
I miss some of those strains still to this day. Like some of them, I wish they're like a unicorn in today's market.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I get it. Everybody flocks to where the money's at. Like, for an era, like a few years ago, we had a Gorilla Glue era.
Yeah.
After that, like, we're going
Girl
to
Scout
the
cookies.
Girl Scout cookie area, which is right now I would fucking pay I would pay Elephant's Growth money for fucking
You're
a
gonna love
good
this,
batch
man.
of Girl Scout cookies. Here, I'll trade you some lithium, bro.
This is Cookie Land from Bosque here in California. Here. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just rolled that up some lithium right here.
Only here at the Dr. Greenthumb Show can you see this type of bartering.
Barter
okay?
system. The barter system
right.
is in full effect and working well.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you,
Cookie
D.
Land from Bosque reminds me of walking into the Hemp Center in 2012, 2014, buying original Girl Scout cookies.
Shit,
That's a
D.
cookies cross to a Dosey Dose,
Shit.
which was a strain of the year back in the day. Give it a smell.
Come on,
And,
D. That's high powered, man. That's that
That
real
has
loud.
that smell
Yeah.
right there, bro. You could smell that cookie in there. Like, it's a cross for sure, but you could smell the cookie in there.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's called Cookie Land. It's going to take you back, especially when you put it in the grinder.
Well,
Look at that.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember-
He's like a food critic when it comes to herb because
it.
they
Dave,
give him like they
word,
give him
Dave.
that nug. It's like, you know how you get that cut of steak.
Yeah.
How they want to make sure.
David, I don't remember getting mine.
Oh, we'll have to split it up. Here's another, we'll share them out. But we want to save some for B-Real tomorrow.
Sure.
I wanted to bring stuff that would resonate with this crowd. So, like ahead of OG Kush, which is,
Right,
B-Real
dude.
Classic, is a Chem Dog.
Okay.
So I brought one of my favorite Chem Dogs down from Down Own Farms.
Ooh,
I want everyone
yes.
to smell that and smell the OG.
Check it
How,
out.
how often how often do you run into a lot of people that are faking the funk? Because are you able to tell when people are faking the funk? They're like, oh, this is called like purple Starburst, but it's like, motherfucker, this is lemon cherry gelato, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You know, like straight up. Like I would imagine there's some people, like how often does that happen and what do you do? Like, do you tell me like, hey, bro, this is just some za. You're just putting a sticker on, bro.
Yes.
It's really struck
Thank
me
you.
when I was in Massachusetts. So Boston, Massachusetts has legal weed, but they're still getting up the curve. And so you'd smell something, and they're like, "Oh, this is a Gushers," and you smell, it, and you're like, "This is not Gushers. Sorry."
Obviously, yeah.
Like I don't know who told you it's Gushers
Right.
and what failed in the process between the grower to the buyer to the store, but this, sir, is not Gushers. This is Durban poison. It's a terpinolene dominant Durban. And
right.
I think some places just don't have that nose yet.
Yeah.
And so they're still coming up the curve. If they give something to someone and it says what it's on the bag, they can't like validate it with their own. Versus like I can see a Jack Herrera from across the room or like a Candy Jack and be like,
Yeah.
that's Jack Herrera.
Yeah.
Like in a pack.
There's ways.
Yeah, definitely.
There,
Yeah.
Like there's ways that I wanted to point out, and you, but in the work field that you're in, because I stopped buying herb just like from like everybody who's just claiming it is that or it is what it is, and I started just sourcing it from people that practice tissue culture because I feel like tissue culture is like the most authentic way that you can get it. Because if you're gonna lie to me and you're a tissue culture vendor, I genuinely know that you're lying to me just because you think I'm a fool. You're not lying to me with some product that's not what it is, because I already know, like, there's no faking the funk in that, bro. If you're telling me this is a Girl Scout cookie pack that comes from a tissue culture clone, that's as pure as it's gonna get, bro. So there's a reason those clones are going for bands.
Yeah.
Just hella like just going because it's like that's like having the Jurassic Park DNA
Right on.
preserved so you can keep it going. No, it really is.
Straight up.
But yeah, how do you feel about the whole tissue culture scene? Because a lot of people they like to. A lot of people just be like, yeah, I like smoking Kush, but it's like, bro, you would enjoy it 10 times more if you knew what was good weed, where to get it, and the difference, bro. Like I said, I stopped buying just from anybody because I'm like, yo, if it's not from the tissue culture people, because it's always what it is, what the bag is gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the TC labs are physically located somewhere. They're advertising. They're putting their name against it versus just some plug who's saying something is something versus it's not. And then they can go do genotyping and chemotyping and being like, there's the terpenes we're looking for. There's the genomic alleles we're looking for.
Right.
And then everybody is getting onto tissue culture and meristem tissue culture. They take a couple cells from deep in the plant, clean them up, make sure there's no pathogens on them, reboot
The
an
purest,
old strain.
yeah.
And that's like a new wave is like, if you have a dusty old train wreck that's all sick, you can bring that back, rejuvenate it to like day one using these techniques. And so everyone's in the middle of running through their old, dirty, sick stuff and
Right.
bringing it to these tissue culture labs to clean it up and get some cells deep inside there that haven't been infected yet with a bacteria or a fungus or a virus, cultivating those out and making sure that they test clean, and then boom, you've rebooted your classic OG.
Pretty much are getting rid of the hoard out mom who is done with the plants, and then you're revitalizing that, bro. Like I fuck with specifically, shout out to you, Mary Genetics. Like they're one of my favorite people that like whenever like they have like the cultivators they deal with, they're really all about what they say they are. Like
should there be like
a Jurassic Park
straight up?
Hey, E-Zone, should there be like a disclaimer, maybe on the package or something like that, or letting you know what you're getting when you get?
No, I just think it comes down to like, hey, bro, like it's like everything else that people consume out here recreationally, bro.
Okay.
Like you can go to Ralph's and buy a fucking traditional 6-pack, or you can go to a craft beer store and then go spend the extra money and get something better with a different process and all that stuff. So it's the same thing with you going to boutique cannabis, which that's what I would consider tissue culture, because it's not cheaper in any way. I would say it costs more to make it.
People are trying harder in the TC labs than just sort of someone who's buying and flipping a pack in the street. I brought some black bubblegum horchata from Finest. They're in Sacramento.
Wow.
They're next door to a tissue culture lab called Apical, and they're doing that with the tweezers and the scalpel, getting in there, just grabbing 40 cells under a microscope, sticking them in a dish, and then growing them out to make sure they don't have the fungi or the bacteria, running them through PCR for viroids, because everything's got hop latent viroid in it. And then if it tests negative for that stuff, then they like keep moving forward with that sample.
Man, you sound like a professor, man, when you talk this stuff, like Cali
Great.
Blaze.
That's what happens when you love weed too much.
Between you and E-Zone, man, you guys are like some doctors or like some astronauts or something, man, just talking, man. But yeah, man, that's out of this world weed, man. I mean, yeah, man, that's amazing, bro.
You gotta get involved, bro, because you're not gonna call Geek Squad every time the computer breaks, bro. At some point, you know what I mean? Like, at some point, you're gonna be like, "Fuck, bro! Like, how did he reboot it last time? Like, I gotta be able to know how to do this." Like,
Or at this
especially
point-
at the way we smoke, like, bro, it's no way. Like, unless a fucking doctor, my regular physician tells me, like, how Be Real says it here so many times, like, unless my physician tells me, like, hey, you're gonna die, then I might consider giving this shit up. But it's like, if I'm gonna keep consuming it the way and at the level I'm consuming it, I gotta fucking consume the knowledge that comes with it and be like, all right, bro, like, what do I gotta watch out for? You know, how do I preserve my lungs to be at its capacity? How the fuck do I not? Because what have you come across anything bad that has happened for people smoking bad shit?
I mean, in 2019, there were some kids getting sick from tainted carts. And we spent a lot of time figuring out what was going on. Basically, people were cutting THC oil with beard cream oil, and cosmetics were being diverted into the vapor supply chain, sickened and injured, and unfortunately, killed dozens of people. This was before COVID. COVID blew all that out of the water. But yeah, they always said like weed can't kill you, and that's true. Right. But an extraction of it that's adulterated with cosmetological like goop can definitely like hurt your lungs, and that's what I would say to watch out for. Is you want to buy licensed, you want to buy tested, you want to know the maker, because people out there might not care about your health.
Yeah, do your homework.
You buy a pre-roll at the shop, it's gonna have some keef and all this stuff, and it's gonna have the paperwork with it. You buy a blunt on the street, might be a P-Dog.
It's worse than ever. Yeah, it used to be like under Prop 215, the medical auspices that people might care a little bit more, and there was more community.
Right.
But now it's just pure turbo capitalism. You're just trying to get one over on people in the street, and at least the people in the stores had to jump through a bunch of hoops if they're going to try to get one over on you, and there's going to be traceability.
It's far from a Walmart era, I would say, though, because you still it's still a divided market. Like, you still have like people that really kind of like were trying to preserve that culture. Yeah, that comes along with it, and that niche that cannabis had.
Yeah.
In the beginning, and then there's like a lot of the new wave people, which is like you see in anything else, but I'm glad that there's people that are still like, hey, I'm gonna stand on business,
And I'm proud to report, after 15 years on the beat, that cannabis resists colonization. People try to come in and make their money, and they flame out. They lose a lot of money, and the people that just keep their head down and stay true to the plant keep going. People try to patent the plant or corner it, but the plant resists being cornered. Yeah. It resists being commodified, quantified, sequestered, and monetized that way. It just constantly squirrels out from whatever your plan is.
That's dope. That's dope. Can I ask you, D, about this thing? What you got going? Doing this big seed drop in San Francisco called Terpnami,
Yes, sir.
December 7th through the 8th, as well as the spacewalk.
Yes, sir.
In San
Tell me
Francisco,
about
huh?
that, man.
I love seeds. I love growing. I want everyone to grow their own. I don't think it makes you shop less. I think it makes you care more. If you're growing tomatoes at your house, it's not like you're going to grow all the tomatoes you're going to eat. You're still looking for good tomatoes at the farmer's market and thinking about what you're going to cook with tomatoes. Cannabis is the same way. I miss buying seeds in December in the Bay Area. You know, when you have money before Christmas, all the full sun seeds are in, and you're thinking about what to grow the next year. And I'm in this era where I'm just making the things that I want to see in the world, whether it's like a bag or a piece of art. And so December 7th and 8th in San Francisco, my goal was to get more than 20 of my favorite breeders in one warehouse together for over 1,000 growers, big and small. And so it's called Terpnami. It's 2 days. It's 11 to 4 each day with like parties at night afterwards.
Cool.
Come up to the city with your lady, book a hotel, have a good time, scoop up all the best genetics for next year, and then go start a brand.
Thank you, D. I want to be drowning in that shit. Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Terpnami, word up. I like
The
that.
thing is with those, it's like, yeah, people are going to go with the seeds, but you know, these motherfuckers that are making the seeds have some of the end results of some of these flowers. So it's like, you know, you just go mingle with people, bro. You're going to,
Yes.
it's like if you've been to any cannabis event, bro, like there's never any shortage of, will there be anything there? It's there. Like,
I was getting
it's
text
there.
today from like Ridgeline Jason over at Ridgeline Farms, one of the best growers in the state, wins all the awards, and he's like, "Yo, what's up with this Terpnami? I'm thinking I'm gonna come in Sunday and just do like a little quick drop." And I was like, "Come be our guest." Ridgeline Farms, new genetics from him. He's crossing his Ridgeline Lance and his Ridgeline Runts to all the hype new, whether it's the Whitethorn Rose, the Gushmints, you name it. There's going to be tons of special seeds there. The whole industry is going to get together. One thing I've learned about being at Leafly for 15 years is that the genetics is like the pulse and the core and the center of the whole thing. You have nothing without the genetics. It really starts there.
Thank
you know, we're on a mission at Leafly to put 1,000 new strains in the database this year.
Damn.
Take it up from like 8,000 to 9,000. And that's actually pretty easy. That's just the top 50 breeders adding 20 of their newest strains. So every day we're in there chipping away, adding 5 new strains to the database. Download the Leafly app to get at those because they end up in the menus over the next months and years.
Man, I just I feel like if it was like the end of the world, you would have like all the strains.
The Ark.
And you would have the Ark. You would be Noah of the Ark, and we would have to come to you, man, if we wanted that sour diesel or that headband or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys, yeah. So
I did
thank
bring
you.
some wicked sour here from one of my favorite old school brands,
Wicked awesome.
Lempire Pharmacy.
Thank you. Yes.
Lempire has been around since the Prop 215 days. I saw him at Hall of Flowers. He walked up to me. I was doing a Mylar art bag show at Hall of Flowers.
Fuck yeah.
And like it's great because it brought them all to me. And Lempire was there. He gave me his 4 Zs and then he gave me his wicked sour. Make sure to smell this sour because it'll take you right back.
I mean, dude, you're the
sour
love
will
man.
do just that. Too.
Yeah.
Right. Dude, I'm just like
Make sure to squeeze it too. 'cause
so
it's
lucky,
been
man.
in my house a little bit.
Bringing tears to my eyes, man. Thank you, D, man.
Yeah, he says, "Oh wow." Gotta roll that up.
Hey, man, I just, man, just thank you for being with us, man. I just, it's an honor, man.
It's a
For
career
your
highlight to
princess.
be here.
Just thank
Shout
you.
out Dr. Greenthumb. You guys have been doing
Word, man. Just thank
15
you, D.
years being your own media, being your own channel, 5 years live. I mean, every day. People don't know how much work that is.
No, but you're the real deal, bro. I mean, forget it, man. I mean, like I said, you're like the Madden, but of weed. You know what I'm saying? And you know, listen, man. I heard here that you surf.
Word.
What's a good strain, man, for the ocean, the waves, man? What would you recommend, man, for the beach, man?
Oh, God, that's such a good question. Because when you're surfing, you want something that keeps you present, that doesn't knock off your center of balance or space you out or make you
Right on.
panicky.
Yeah.
You probably want like a chill hybrid, you know?
There you
Like the
go.
most popular strain still on the West Coast is Blue Dream.
Yeah, I like
And-
hybrids. Yeah.
And it might help with your anxiety. I don't know about you, but when I'm getting in the water, there's that moment where I'm like, there's not going to be any sharks. It's going to be fine, you know? And so I don't like the surfing's enough of a drug on its own. So yeah, I would tell someone to start with just a straight Blue Dream and see how they go before they start like adding extra THC.
You know, just
Yeah,
to break the
there-
ice, you know? Yeah.
There ain't enough Blue Dream that's gonna make me go near though.
No?
Like that. How about a
I gotta-
serious question for you know a more relatable question? What's the best strain to smoke before you go to the dentist?
Oh my God! For the dentist?
Yeah, bro, because that's like the ultimate mind fuck, bro. Everybody's nervous.
I wouldn't smoke
know.
nothing, man.
I
If you're
know.
going under surgery, bro, you gotta chill.
Every dental visit is not surgery, bro.
Oh, okay, I got scared. All right,
You
I'm
just
sorry.
have your teeth cleaned or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, because there's not one person that I've ever seen at the office just ever like ecstatic to be there. Everybody's just kind of like
ugh.
that same look you get like when you just.
Well,
get
my
some
favorite,
bad
like,
news.
if I had to be on a desert island forever with 1 pound of weed, and I asked B-Real this on the podcast a while ago, I would say I like OG Kush at Skittles right now, or OG Z's.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite intersection of strains because the OG kind of punches up the potency of the Z. The Z adds all that tropical taffy candy flavor to the OG pine
Thank
lemon
you.
sour.
Yes, yeah.
And then it's green bud that you can start in the morning, finish in the night. It's never going to like get on top of you, give you like a panic attack, like a crazy sativa, or knock you out like an indica.
Right.
If I have to do something like go to the dentist, then I would just go for one of my mainstays, like a OGZ.
Yeah, then I'm doing it right because that's usually what I smoke whenever I have to a dentist visit right before I take the Valium.
Oh yeah. Well,
Bro, I mean, shoot, man. You must smoke like that, bro. I mean, it's an honor once again, bro, because I probably smoke like that too, and E-Zone and all of us at this table. And
I don't know. Let's all take a vote. Does Doobie smoke like us?
hey, you know what, man? Probably
I'm
not. I'm probably the weakest link on that chain, but man, you guys.
No,
smoke,
that would
man.
be me. That would be
that'd
me.
be the guy that doesn't smoke.
That would be me.
I
I'm just
feel a little
blessed to
better.
be
I
here.
feel a little better then.
No, yeah, you're definitely this. Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
proud of Mello though. Mello has been hanging. Like,
Yes.
we used to have a timer because he used to smoke heavy, but now he doesn't. So when he sits at the table,
Yeah.
we were like timing to see when he would get that contact high.
Yep.
Because he's all in, and then all of a sudden he just says, excuse me, guys, I have to go grab some air.
Yeah.
and then he goes out and he comes like, all right, we're in.
Right,
So,
but we don't mean no
but he-
harm. He did it. He just, yeah.
He's been lasting though.
Yeah.
Like so. Kudos, sir.
The backstory, so you understand, is back in the day when we were kids, I turned B-Real onto his first joint back in the day.
Word up.
And he never looked back. So I used to smoke heavy with the Hill. I Send Dog's my brother and the whole deal.
Yeah.
So I dropped a lot of weed and marijuana than a lot of cats smoked at that time. But, somewhere along the line, I got some bad stuff
Yeah.
that was coming over in some gas tanks, and it threw a chemical imbalance in my system.
Yeah.
And so now, no matter how good the strain is, I can't smoke because I just get paranoid. And so I
a
got
real
doctor's
problem.
orders. Yeah, it's messed up, man, because I really enjoy the aroma of the plant still. And I envy when I see you guys puff. I'm envied. I'm sitting here, and sometimes I get a little sleepy, but that's only because it's relaxing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's relaxing me. It's doing what it's supposed to do on that level, but direct effect is something I cannot do anymore.
Hey,
But
have you
Let's
guys?
all just blow our smoke to Mellow for the rest of the show.
Mellow,
Okay.
a lot of people have that. A lot of people, they just age out of THC. Like they have a lot of life stuff going on, and it just makes them anxious.
Yeah.
Now they're smoking things like dadgrass, which is a CBD.
I've heard
flower.
of that, dude.
And then I was in Alameda. I was in a hemp field of 200 acres of plants,
Wow.
and they're just growing. It looks like Morocco in East Bay.
Wow.
And they're just growing for the terps. They're taking all the terps out of that field and putting them in like 60 million
That's it,
vape
right.
pens all over the country.
Wow.
Desert terps. It was a field of candy gas. And then the two cannabinoids in there were CBD and CBDV. And I think if we rolled you up a J of that stuff, between the dessert terps and the CBD, you would be sitting pretty.
Is
I'm
that
gonna
right?
Find something for you. Yeah.
please, that
I will.
would be awesome.
Pretty
This
rad.
is probably
Perfect.
why I'm here today.
Yeah.
You know what
man.
I mean? To meet you and get this information and this
Dr.
knowledge.
Downs. Yeah.
out.
I
like
would
that.
love that. I would love
Yeah.
that.
They're called Terpene Belt Farms out in Alameda, Terpene Belt Farms, and usually people buy it for the cannabinoid-based terpenes, the cannabis terpenes to fill those pens, and they just mulch all the CBD and THC. But I'm gonna clip off a branch and save it for you, dry it. out.
My
Ooh,
man.
Nothing like a fresh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. That's.
I'm back in the game, dudes.
I like that, man. I like that, man. Dr.
wanna
Downs
see the day
taking
when
care of
we
us.
smoke
Yeah.
again.
Word up. Word
down.
up.
Get down.
Thank you, D.
That excites me, man. That really puts a smile on my face because
I'm sure you missed
again, I still love the sport. You know what I mean? I love the sport. I hate feeling like I'm too old to play.
I like that weed that gives me post-traumatic stress disorder. Like, you know, they give it to you. You don't know what you're getting. You smoke it, and all of a sudden you get like cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh shit, this is that shit.
Did she give you?
Okay,
give
just
you one of those
don't
carts
say
of beard
nothing.
oil?
Yeah, just go up to D and get, hey D, can I get another nug of that?
Hey, give
Yeah,
him one of
just
those
thank you,
carts,
man.
bro. The ones he was talking about earlier.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
see what happens.
E-zone,
I mean-
yeah. I mean, but I love that, man. And, you know, don't even tell me what you're giving me, man. And I think Kenji's done that a couple times to me. I almost had to tell Teresa to take me to the hospital, man. I was just like, oh, no, I'm good. Oh, no, wait, well, no, I'm good. Yeah.
So what you're saying?
Yeah,
is that
man.
You didn't show up yesterday because you was scared.
Man, I would have smoked Kenji's weed. That lithium would have put me down.
This is it right here. It's tasty.
Look at D.
Cheers, hell yeah.
Yeah.
He's smoking it like, hey man, like it's a what is it, a Dominico cigar from Cuba or something, and just you know, hey, like
OG
nothing.
Gushers Mai Tai. I get it. It's got the power. It's got more of the syrupy berry, you know, in there with a little tropical. This is really nice. This is like I want to be sitting on the top next to a pool on top of a roof of a hotel on you know Sunset Boulevard.
yeah.
It does
D.
taste like a good vacation smoke though. There's
Oh my
certain,
God, it was amazing.
There's
They kinda-
certain like if I go on vacation, like I tend to pack the least amount of like OGs.
Yeah.
Like because I'm not trying to spend a lot of time in the hotel room.
Come on,
Just like
yeah.
locked up.
Yeah, locked up because like
Yeah.
naturally my mind wants to be active. I'm going to somewhere new. You just want to explore. You're like a cat, bro. You just like what's over here. So like I take like all the flavors usually when I'm on vacation. Like I'll take some like good
Same.
flavors.
Yeah.
But for me, like, I'll smoke a good OG in the morning and want to go like heavy into some music or go outside and walk around. Like I'll just be like, fuck, all right, let's start. Like that is something that'll start my day. I'll be like, yeah, let's go. I want to do something. Like, you know, rarely do I let it like couch lock me or, you know, like, 'cause I feel like I need to do some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
whether
But with
it's-
the OG, you're going to be doing it blown. You're like,
and that's
you're
the
like
mission.
OG day, here we go.
Thank you.
know, like-
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, come on, guys. I mean, this is the stuff this is rock star shit. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff you want to smoke when, you know, you just want to relax and just take it easy. And, you know, you're probably in that suite in Vegas or out in Santa Barbara or Diego or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you're just enjoying life and you just want to make sure that the weed matches.
But this
I
is
was-
a good
yeah.
day starter, though.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
You
little
think?
bit more to the middle. It's not as sedative, potentially.
Okay.
I always respected OGs in relation to LA because of traffic.
Right on.
The traffic is so bad here. The OG pulls you back from wanting to murder fools.
Yep.
And when you get home, you're just so cranked up from
I'm
like
sorry,
the
D,
drive.
for the traffic. I'm sorry.
No,
man.
no, I'm not hating. You know, that's the price you pay for paradise. And
right?
Yeah,
Right
for the
on, man.
jungle.
Thank you.
but I think there was a reason why LA and OG clicked, and it's because we need that stress relief.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The stress-
Going through more. Yeah, going through more
Versus
stuff.
like sour, they just like on the East Coast in New York, they're like, like they were more. I want to be more stressed out.
Aggressive, yeah. Okay, I hear you, man. I heard it, you know, something like that before. You know, LA is magical, man, and the weed that's gotten better over the years. What do you think, man? Has it,
It is.
has it made it the city better, or has it made the industry worse, or anything like that, man? And also the social media. Now that it's got apps, everything's changed now, man. You can do everything on your phone now. You can get it delivered to you like
can.
nothing, man. And has it hurt us or helped us?
I think it's the best of times or worst of times. You know, you lose one thing and gain another. I was landing thinking about I could go visit Capulator's legal spot, piece of green down here, and get some new
Easily.
Fuego from Cap.
Thank you. Yep.
You know, which is mind blowing. Like the maker of Mac 1, working on his new stuff, growing it the way he wants, available downtown. I think of Seed Junkie in Northridge and their beautiful rocket factory where they just got spears of next year's perfection on tap and they're dialing it in. The LA scene has never been more alive, whether it's Heights, the Heights Flower Co. around here. We're not letting go of it, you know, in SoCal, even as like we deal with prices coming down, regulations going up, taxes going up.
Yeah.
But you can at least grow it. And to think how far we've come from like tens of thousands of people being put in a cage over this in California to people becoming rock stars in terms of being a rock star grower or a rock star hash maker, who's doing this in public. It's still day one for that era where you can be like, this is what I do, and I'm going to communicate about it and enjoy all the privileges that come with like being above ground.
Listen, let me ask you a question. When you write, like, or if you're doing editorials or you're doing articles for them, how be honest, man. I mean, do folks go out of their way to make you influence the article, man, so that it's in their favor? Like, is there any bias or anything like that to that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Is there like payola?
You know what I'm saying?
All we need is an eighth.
It ain't nobody trying to like monopolize in it like that or anything like that.
No, all you need is an eighth to know if it's any good. And if you don't like it, you don't have to write about it. Like, I'm not in an era where I'm wasting my precious time and energy writing about stuff I don't like.
Right.
Or celebrating the stuff I do, and there's more than ever to celebrate, and you can spend 100% of your time like being like, look at this, look at this.
Because that's a lot of power.
Versus
You
the
mean like how
negativity which
Doobie's
comes back.
wasting that joint for being?
No, man, y'all ain't gave me
It's 47
lighter,
minutes
man.
in, and Doobie has yet to light the
Someone
joint.
give me a lighter, please, man. I forgot. I'm not wearing my
I
leather.
need this back, Doobie.
I usually have my leather jacket, and it has my lighter. And I'm not wearing my jacket, so I apologize. A big shout out
The
to Javi Lopez.
disrespect, dog.
It doesn't matter how much you give me. If it's not good, I'm not going to write about it. I have a crate of weed from Hall of Flowers and Meadowlands, and we just wrote Leafly Buzz this month, and there's 12 strains in there, and I stand by all of them. Like, they're my favorite from the crate.
Right, absolutely.
Absolutely. And after this many years, we have our brands and we have our names, and there's no price to put on that. There'd be no price to like pay for losing that. So
no sellout.
Just,
there's not enough money they
nothing.
can pay you to.
Well, because he said,
No.
like he
Yeah.
said, you cannot monopolize cannabis. So it's like, eventually, if he were to keep writing reviews and like, even if he were to be taking bribes, and he's writing about like certain strains, like bigging them up, eventually people would be like, this shit is not that great, and word would get around because people are not biased like when it comes to consuming this shit.
Yes, exactly.
You're not getting, you're not
All that shit, for sure.
Yeah, it's not like we're fucking doing this shit to get like impaired like alcohol does. Like, that's the end goal when you're drinking. Like, you know what I mean? For most people, they're like, hey, I want to feel something, but this shit is just like, it's life, bro. So like, if you do this shit as a lifestyle, you're gonna eventually be like, yo, this is not what it is.
And I want every hit I taste for the rest of my life to be amazing. Like, it's legal, it's competitive, it's good. Why waste your lungs or a hit on something that you don't like? And I'm proud to say we live in an era where if you don't like it, you can like put it out and go on to the next thing, and you're not like smoking resin.
Thank you, D. Yes, life's too short for that, man. Come on, man. Yeah, we gotta enjoy this shit. Yeah.
Remember when you used to look in your ashtray for that roach? Oh man, that was all bad.
Combine roaches and make like
roach joints.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh man, you're going back,
dude.
Mellow.
Smoke
Time machine.
resin.
Flip the pipe upside down.
Yeah.
Brother.
I mean,
Like
D,
fucking 8th grade, bro.
you just brought up a point about New York being the last, and I just came
They're
from,
not
not recently, but I was there like
There's good
like
weed everywhere now.
a year ago, and it's just changed so much. The dispensaries, and also Detroit and
Michigan's
Colorado,
popping.
Michigan. Forget it, man. Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah.
We just did Bud Tender's Choice at Leafly. We had Bud Tenders all across the country give us their favorite strain and their favorite brand, and
Right.
we give them $1,000 because we know that they know it's good and they're broke.
Right.
And they told us, and it was so cool to see amazing California cuts in the East Coast and the South. Like
Right.
Mississippi has good weed now.
Right.
Maryland's growing black zope right now. And you're like,
Whoa.
I've never even been to Maryland. I need to land there now.
Yeah.
Draw it on a map. Maine's always had fire. Their blue lobster came, like, we gave them genetics. They grew it out, and now we're growing their cut of our stuff.
Yeah, man. I just those places, Maryland, Maine, all that, man. I just like everything's just getting developed, man. I like that, man.
Can you say that again?
Yeah.
We're growing. What'd you say?
So we sent the seeds to Maine.
Yeah.
Maine did the hunting and found the one, and now we're growing what Maine selected from what we gave them. And so we're in conversation. There's a genetic conversation that's happening across the country now, and if not the world. And we're sharing and finding what's best.
That's dope, man.
Cool, man.
Man, you were also talking about Spain. And like you said, man, Spain's got its own, like, menus with its own. And then South America, I forgot to bring up South America, too. They could do their own thing. I'm sure you've been to some of the events down there, too, or wrote about them. And, man, it's just crazy how it's a small world now, how the weed just, like shrunk it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a rural part of Spain called the Basque Country, Pyrenees.
Oh, yes.
Like, they're like Humboldt. They're up
Basque.
there in the
That's royalty,
in the
man.
mountains.
Yeah.
And super rugged, super hard to get to, so super uncontrollable. They just do their own thing. They've have long said, like, we're our own people.
Yes.
And Ed Rosenthal says that Basque Country is steeper than Humboldt, and Humboldt is, like, steep. They're growing Skittles. So Skittles, or Z, the original Z, from Humboldt, from the Terp Hogs, and the group that made it happen, has been taken into, like, the rural Basque Country, and now they're winning cups with that. And they like name them all cool Basque names for things, because Basque country has its own language.
Yes.
For those who don't know where Basque is at, it's right between France and Spain.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful place, man. They speak
Wild.
French and Spanish at the same time. The language, they're considered like a kingdom of their own.
Yeah.
And the colors are green and red. Don't ask me how I know this stuff. I just do.
Yeah, and they have they won with Ortzazar, which is
That's what
Basque.
they call the strain?
Yeah, and it's Basque word for rainbow.
It's beautiful, man. That
And it's
place
Z.
is
It's their Z. It's
amazing.
Basque Z.
What's it called?
Ortzazar. Like,
I'm smoking on that Orchazar.
yeah, that rainbow,
Wow.
that Basque.
Yeah, tell them,
Ortzazar.
D. Yeah.
And so that's cool because I never know any Basque words, and now you get to see whole new words and
Yeah.
or words for your weed, and that's what I'm here for. is,
They're
like,
dabbing out
English
there
word.
too.
Yeah, a little for sure. Yeah, they're everywhere now.
Yeah,
Dabbing
now,
everywhere.
of course.
Thailand.
Man, forget it. Thailand, forget it, man. Take me to Bali, word. I'll be out there dabbing, just dabbing, or with a hash hole. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
gonna
Heck
hold on to and not like.
South America. There's very few holdout places. They're all contributing. People that are going to come to the seed show are going to roll in through SFO, load up, and then just go back all over the world to start their brands.
I was gonna say, how about Canada?
Yeah.
Canada's got some stuff too, right?
Always.
Yeah, they got
You know what I'm saying? I mean, nothing against California, but I mean, they got some stuff, man. It's crazy. Yeah, all over the world.
Well, if you remember, at a time, in the 2000s, there was that term, BC weed. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
BC bud.
BC bud. You know what I mean? So it was like it was meant like, oh, this is special. This is coming from
Remember?
a special spot.
Yeah.
Now it's federally legal in Canada. And so you can order a joint and a burrito from Uber Eats with Leafly.
Whoa.
In several provinces in Canada. The catch is because it's federally legal, there's even more regulation. So there's really strict packaging regulation and review before you can bring stuff to market called provincial review. So you can't even just sell weed distributor to retailer. It's got to go through a bureaucrat. And so everything takes too long, and the stuff gets stale. It's an agricultural product. It's good for 60,
Dave,
90
you're
days.
making it sound like you got to go through the proper channels, the proper
Is this still-
appropriations. Yeah,
And I
Is it
think
blue
that's
boxes still?
maybe, or white boxes.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It looks like the jewelry box.
I think we can do better for consumers than that. I think that paternalistic approach is too much. I think we're big enough to have our packages and have our strains when people make them.
I wanted to ask a question. To you, when is the time to be like, all right, this weed's too old?
Oh man, when it just smells like flat and it smells like cardboard and it's just it doesn't excite you. I mean, if you're in a position where you have a lot,
Right.
and we're in an era of weed abundance than never before, you should feel free to pass on grass that smells like grass now,
Right.
The only catch is you might want to decant it for a half hour, see if the fresh oxygen kicks it back off, brings it back to life a little if there's still something there. A lot of times, like a jar, if it sits in a store for 60 days, it'll get a little musty in the jar because all the oxygen's gone. The room's gone stale.
Right.
The second you let some fresh air in there, we don't really know what's happening, but the plant kind of opens back up like wine decanting, and there's actually something there. Other stuff isn't done yet, if it's just not cured yet. So I've had jars where I'm like, this does not smell great. Forgot about it, put it in a drawer for several weeks, came back later, opened it up. It had cured into the good zone. And it's very unnerving because you're like, I had overlooked you, but this is one of the best ones. So you watch out for the cure on the front end.
A
and
treat.
then decanting on the middle. But it's sweet. 60, 90 days. Depends on how they package it and keep it cool. in the warehouse and in the van and at the store, it's
Right.
possible for things to go a year, but the odds are against it, I like to say.
Okay.
You know?
Good
I
to
have a
know.
question for you. What are all those notes that you have in front of you?
Oh, dude, just stuff I wanted to make sure I didn't forget when I get super high. It's like a good trick tactic.
Can we hear some of what it is there, or did you touch on a lot of them already?
Yeah. We've so I just did I started doing art shows. So we did a bag show of Mylar bags
Dope.
in
Tell us more about
April, and we got invited to show it again this September. It's called Get to the Bag, and
Yeah.
Show it to the camera, yes? Hold it for a second.
Oh, that's dope.
That
Yeah.
is a dope one. Is that
That's dope.
like a very hood
That's the
Mona Lisa?
Mona Lisa, right?
I like that.
fully for this one, I was like, "Yo, I want Mona Lisa, but I want her to be like a hot ass gangster Latina." And so
Right,
this
right,
is-
right,
That's
right.
what
That's
you guys
hot. I
got.
like
Yeah.
that. Hey,
Um,
D, word. I like that. Word up.
Yeah, because we're playing with. So you find bags in the gutter all the time,
Mona Lisa.
but what a lot of people know is that these bags are art.
Right.
Yeah.
That the artists who made them thought they were art when they made them, and it feels very validating to them when they see them on a gallery wall.
That's dope.
And so we did a call to the community in January on Instagram. It was like, send us your bags if you got bags. And over like dozens of collectors around the country and world sent us their Mylar bag collections. And now
That's
we have
dope.
over 1,200 individual
Whoa.
different bags.
So you could collect them.
Badass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah.
and
That's
so
dope.
at that point, genres emerge, eras. What we ended up having is the story of the legalization of weed and it changing over time from like the old dime bag
Yes.
to like the early medical marijuana silver
Yeah.
bag
The
with
history,
with
yeah.
the
I like
plastic
that.
front.
Yeah.
Now we're in this era where everything is metallic and it's die cut. They like cut it to a shape in a machine die and do all the sides and do the gusset. And it's like basically the bleeding edge of graphic design.
What's some of
in
like
2024?
the craziest bags you've gotten like submitted? Because I've seen some crazy ones. Like I've seen like the Sleepy Biden OG.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Although, yeah.
yeah, like that.
There's some that are too hot.
But
Oh, man.
the first presidential one that I ever saw was the Obama bag when he
Yeah.
was still like in office, and I
remember
was
that.
like, dude, what the fuck?
We've come a long way
I
since
like
that 20
that
pack
though,
from the
man. I like
Jamaicans on
that.
54th
Obama
Street,
was,
you know what I mean?
because he
Yup.
was the first
Yeah,
one with
you
the
guys-
doobie, and you could tell that he smoked the doobie and like the surgical clamps with the hospital thing, and I like all that stuff, old school stuff, and
Who you
he
talking
took it there. The picture that he had, when it's a black and white picture, he's just smoking a doobie.
When he was in Hawaii as a
Yeah.
teenager.
Yeah, and he's smoking a fat doobie,
Yeah.
man. Oh man, oh there it is, boom. Yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
there you go. One of the bags that's in the show, you can Google Get to the Bag Mylar Art Show, is called Coochie Runts. That's from Cookies, and they did a die cut stripper butt, like not even like illustrated. Like they brought a model in and took a high res photo of her luscious behind, and
Right.
like made a bag out of that.
Right
I
on.
bought that on Hippie Hill in maybe 2022 from the Cookie stand.
Good
like a
for you.
legal One.
Good for you.
And like I think there is like a line that you cross and it becomes racy or controversial or censored.
Yeah.
And that line's really interests me in 2024 because with weed now you can't say the word candy or have any like things that are deemed
Conservative.
childish on the
Yeah.
bags in California.
Yeah.
We pride ourselves on like a non-censorious state.
Yeah.
But we're saying that adults 21 and up aren't big enough to like consume this responsibly.
Right.
And one thing I think about is like, I don't know if it's art unless someone wants to ban it.
That's when-
think about early Cypress Hill and how all the music around here, these art forms that people were literally saying, you can't show this to kids. This is going to destroy America. And now like it's a halftime show. Like
Good eggs.
Teach.
and
Thank
so
you, D. Thank you.
if you're
for
doing
saying that.
art and you're like crossing a line and you're getting in trouble, I think that's something to like set with.
Thank
because
you.
On the other side of that line is just commerce.
Thank you.
Stuff
Thank you.
selling, and commerce is great. But there's a line between art and commerce, and maybe censorship is part of that line.
Right
I like
on.
this guy.
Yeah, D.
I don't know
thank
about you. I like
I
this
like
guy.
the way you broke it down, man.
I
I
like
like
this
how
guy.
you. Yeah,
Brings
that was dope. Yeah,
brings
man.
it- brings
and
it.
you know what? sometimes the explanation needs to be explained like that, and I like that, man. Some folks don't know how it works, and that was a good explanation the way you said it, man. I just like the everything that is done for that, for the industry and contributes. Yeah,
the weed industry has always been ritual line steppers,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it's reflected in their art and their graphic design. It's really bold and fearless, and it doesn't respect copyright laws like the way rap music does. Right? It's fully like it's a remix culture. It takes everything in from all of its inspirations and venerates it or repackages it, and that's valid. And so the Get to the Bag show really is just an act of validation to all these creators and our culture, which has been doing this. And I think that's why it struck a nerve. That's why people sent us their bags. That's why people love seeing the show. We're looking forward to taking it to more places.
Yeah,
It's
that's
amazing.
true.
So you can always keep sending me bags too. People are like, "Oh, have you stopped taking bags? Like, when are you going to stop?" And I kind of was like, "I don't think we can stop. I think what we have now is like the Cannabis Graphic Art Library of Congress. It's what we did.
Man,
there's
look at
bags
that.
on the wall that are from
Dope.
people.
Yeah, that is so dope.
There's
Yeah.
bags on the wall from people that are gone or brands that are no more, and so the bag will be the last thing that they did in the world.
Yeah.
And they're the way they made their mark, and so people walk through the show crying because they're like, that was Rico's bag, and like that was the one that put him on the map. And
it means that it hits differently with them. Yeah.
And so we're going through the sticker era phase here. So it came out of sticker culture, which is part of SoCal music culture and
Dope.
punk rock.
Dope.
And so stickers started being put on bags, and then eventually they just started printing directly on the bag and exploring different medium or bag types. Now you have a reflective. So that Deep East bag represents one of the best strains in the world, Zope, grown in East Bay and developed there.
Dope.
And then their designer went to Parsons School of Design.
Oh man.
So there's a reason why it's like inspired and elevated. It's because like people
Official,
who are studying art are bringing all that to bear on these bags now.
Yeah, man, because no one ever talks about art has a lot to do with it, or the packaging or the delivery of it, but they don't talk about it. Yeah, the weed has a lot to do with it too, but the delivery, the packaging is so much, man. And I thank you for explaining what goes into that, man. A lot of people don't talk about it enough.
This cookie is delicious, by the way.
The Cookie Land, shout out Bosky.
Yeah.
You like that, Ezo?
I can't wait to try
Sour.
D hook you up. That's that cookies. All right.
I want to make B Real jealous. He's like, what happened? Leafly came by and
He's
brought
gonna
us
be
weed.
I
pissed.
can't
Yeah.
try
D.
this wicked sour.
Nice,
Smells-
nice,
Yeah, feel
bro.
free to roll it up or I'll help you.
Just thank you, D. Just thank you, man. Like the artwork, man, that goes into it is so meticulous, man. And I see, the badges that you guys got on your bags, man. It's dope. I like that. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. We're going to keep, doing what brings us joy in the world. And
Yes.
I think for everybody watching, like if you got a cool idea, don't wait for permission. Don't, figure out till you get all your money or have a plan. I think you do have to just kind of go for it. And I'm in creator mode this year for Leafly by day, doing like the bag show, making my own art at night. And we're just so juiced. Coming up is Croptober.
Man, you're busy.
All the stuff's coming in from the field right now. And then it's Green Wednesday. Everyone loads up before
Come on.
Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And then we're doing Strain of the Year where we pick the strain of 2024. That'll be out in December. And we're, looking at the short list right now, trying to like figure out who's about to win like the Oscar of weed. Last year was Permanent Marker from Sea Junkie Genetics here
Dope.
in SoCal. That pick was so good. We could have just gave it to them again this year. Permanent Marker.
Yeah.
That's
Amazing.
That
Good.
strain is very great, man.
Yeah, dude. It gets me in a really good mood, too, and gets me that right kind of high for the day.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, just the name itself, man, getting me high, man. But yeah, man, that I could imagine that, they're not called that for no reason. So
Is there a person that does what you do but with hash?
I would shout out Jimmy Devine. He's really hash focused, and that's cool you bring it up because now it's not just like I'm a weed reporter. People write about policy. People write about cultivation. I write about strains and products. Jimmy really has a subspecialty in writing about solventless hash. He's like a really good picker of stuff that is going to be the next wave, and he gets to travel all over the world like me doing. I think he's going to Africa next. So,
oh
yeah.
fuck yeah,
For
yeah.
hash?
Come on,
Hash
man.
going out there?
Yeah, they've had it before us, man. They had it for thousands of years.
Yeah, they did.
Morocco, Yeah, it's an old product.
D, I want to smoke a blunt in Uganda. You know, with the
Anything's
lions or
possible,
some
just,
shit,
you know.
right? Okay, I'm sorry, man.
Respect
Yeah.
state law.
All right, I want to get eaten. I just want to, because the motherfuckers will eat you up. I'm just saying, all right, man, but word up.
Well, hey, I'll come back tomorrow when B-Real's here. We'll talk about the Puffco pivot. We'll
Perfect.
talk about some of this new rosin. We'll keep talking about flavors.
Word up, man. Thank you, D. Heck yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about, brother.
Thanks for having me, son, dude.
Hey, man, just thank you, man, for joining us, man, and thank you for honoring
Hey,
us
can
with
I
your
hit that
presence.
cookie land real fast?
Yeah.
Hit it.
No, I already.
These guys over here sharing cookies, lithium, man.
Yeah.
It's nothing but a party over here in the Dr. Greenthumb. Just want to give a big shout out to the our family, our brothers, Sin and B, DJ Lord, Bobo, everybody, man, at the halftime show, and just thank you guys once again for joining us here at the Dr. Greenthumb show, man.
Yeah.
And right now, I forgot, today is National Food Day. So those who don't know, it's National Food Day and National Bologna Day. All right. So I like Oscar Mayer, so it's all good, man. I like that stuff. All right. Gotta say, rest in peace, man. The lead singer of Iron Maiden, Paul Di'Anno, passed away. So just want to just send our hey, man, condolences on that one right there. All right, man, because I love Iron Maiden. All right. So did you know? 1973, Madlib was born.
What up? Oh,
All
my
right.
God. Happy birthday, Madlib.
Yeah, legendary.
homie.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, the legend right there. I
Mad
like
villain.
the shades.
Yeah.
Word up. I like
Libra.
his style, the Madlib. Word, D.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
J-Lib. He's also done records with Talib Kweli and the last Black Star record that came out. He produced
man.
them in total.
he's like going to be our like John Coltrane, right?
Yeah, a lot of soul. A lot
Absolutely.
of soul. You know, a lot of
The
soul.
Icon from the
Mhm.
living.
Soul Train,
Ventura?
Coltrane. Yeah.
Oxnard.
Coltrane, Soul Train.
Oxnard.
Yeah.
Dope. All right. Did you know 1980, Monica, the singer, was born? Word up. All right. The Boy Is Mine with Brandy. Remember those days? All right.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Remember when they was like they were trying to say that they were beefing for real when they did
Well,
that song?
I just remember it was the most requested video on Video Music Box, and as far as the R&B genre.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, man. All right, so big shout out to them. Okay, did you know 1986, Drake was born? Wow, I didn't know that. All right, man, happy birthday,
He's
man.
not here to hear about his favorite dude.
All right, did you know in 1995, Onyx dropped All We Gets Is Us?
Yeah.
And I love Fredo Starr, and I love, Sticky Fingers.
Yeah.
Forget it, man. They started it all. So that's it. I'll leave it at that.
Yes, sir.
All right, there's not enough said. All right, and did you know 2018, Wawa Watson passed away? All right, man, rest in peace, man. Legendary on the guitar, everything, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. Wawa Watson, OG.
All right, right there. All right, you guys, right now we're about to get into our segment. All right. What? Submissions.
All right, the first submission of the day, we got our boy DJ Goat up in here. He's showing off some home cut. He's got some home cut fries, and he's saying they're the best. He's also got some pies as well. He's asking everyone at the table, "What's your favorite pie?"
Wow,
Favorite-
that looks nice right there. That looks like pecan pie, one of my favorites. I like pecan pie. I would do probably some Miracle Whip on that, and yeah,
Is that your favorite pie?
Cool
though?
Whip. I'll probably do some Cool Whip.
They asked, "Is that your favorite pie? Is that your favorite pie? Pecan?"
No, pecan
Okay.
is
What's
not
your
my
favorite pie?
It'd have to be key lime.
Key lime. Right on.
I do key lime, yeah.
I'll say apple pie. It's
Ooh.
my favorite. Second is pecan, and then like even a peach pie is dope.
Okay,
too.
apple pie or apple pie a la mode?
Well, I mean, if you're just picking pies, I'm gonna say apple pie.
Okay, I like that, man. Well, I mean, how about you, D? You got a favorite pie, man?
Ride or die cherry pie, man.
Okay.
Ride or die cherry
Yeah,
pie.
cherry pie. Okay.
Tart, it's sweet.
I
You
like
know?
that. I like that.
I'll eat a half cherry pie standing up in my kitchen. Watch out. Like, I will
Okay.
get the tummy troubles.
Yeah. oh, that was a bad idea.
Dude,
That
I
feels
think
like-
I have an issue. I'm going to
Hey.
get screened by Kaiser.
Hey,
for
I
my
know what you.
cherry
Hey,
pie
man, I
problem.
understand. I understand. I understand.
It's like coming into my season here, too, with the holidays,
Yep.
pie season.
Pie season, yep. Pumpkin pies, pecan pies, apple pies. Cherry pies.
Ooh, man. No, I know what you're saying, man.
It's a beautiful season.
Apparently, cherries aren't in season, but I don't know where they get them, and I don't care.
Right?
Okay.
Marie calendars we used to have down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Back in the day. I want
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
And then the strain cherry pie is a San Francisco classic from Jigga.
Okay.
That got crossed into everything and made into everything and is still around. Like some people have it and you see it and I smoke it and it's really good. It tastes like cherry pie. Reminds you to go eat some more cherry pie.
Man, so you got
The
it,
cookie
D.
man coming back around. How you doing over there?
I'm chilling, man.
Dude, that cookie, the Bosky,
He's
watch
on.
out.
Ezon, you got a favorite pie, man, that you go to, man? What's your favorite pie, man?
I don't have a favorite one, bro. Like, probably like I just like I like one of this place called the Pie Hole. They have like a good good variety of different pies, but they have this like abuelita chocolate one.
That's right.
Ooh, that's good.
That one spits like fudge. Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
That little bit of cinnamon in there, though. That will
Yeah.
eat. Yeah, that will eat the chocolate. Yeah.
Well, none of your choices are bad. I mean, I wish I had a slice of all you guys' choices, man. I like the pecan too. My favorite, I think, though, next to the key lime, I also like strawberry. I like when it's in season.
Oh, strawberries
When
amazing
it's
too.
in season, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just something, man, a hearty feeling, man, because I used to get it all the time when I used to do the Brazilian plate over at the Grove. And then I like to go to the there's a pie place right next to it, man. I like to just go ahead and do the Cool Whip with the strawberry pie. But forget it, man. Cherry too, and yeah, whatever you guys said, man. That's good, man. Yeah, I like that. I like that though. But man, can you do like D and match the weed that tastes just like the pie though?
Yeah.
That's fucking.
Have you ever done that? Like pairing, like like weed.
Do
with,
cherry
like-
pie and cherry pie. That's
Yeah.
a genius idea.
Yeah,
We're
man.
gonna do that
Dude,
this
I'm
week.
here all day.
Yeah. We're going to do blueberry muffins with our blueberry muffins.
Dude, I'm saying
Word.
that's.
No, hey, that's good. Hey, how about you, Mello, man? Do you got like a favorite pie or slice, man? that
pie
you
of
go
what? What are
to
we doing?
After you get stoned,
They've
man?
asked at the table, what's the? They showed.
Well, when I leave here every time, I have to get I went and got the, the thing we were talking about the other day at In-N-Out. Is that what we're talking about? Food?
Oh,
Milkshake?
the burger, the Flying Dutchman with whole grilled
Dutchman.
onions.
Oh, okay.
Okay, right.
Man, I've had 3 cents.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Favorite.
Hey,
You like
thank
it? That's your thing? You like that shit? Okay,
It's not really
good.
much
It's amazing.
pie, but
It's not pie, but I hear what you're saying.
Oh,
Like-
pizza? We're talking about pizza?
No, pie,
like
like
pie,
like
like-
key
Oh,
lime
apple.
or
All
apple.
times.
Okay, like C minus likes apple. Got it. Pizza. So you like perfect. I like apple too, man. Especially when it's sprinkled with that cinnamon.
You got to
Forget
heat it up a little too.
Thank you. Yeah, give
Just
it
30
that.
seconds in
Yeah,
the
you know,
microwave.
D.
Even like lava, even though it's lava hot.
Yes.
I'll
You
risk
know,
it for the biscuit.
I like that, man. I like that. Yeah, good stuff, man. So-
We're in a dessert strain era. It's like the number one, like wedding cake, ice cream cake, Girl Scout cookies. That is where
Yeah.
the center of gravity is in weed.
all the candy strains. That's the reason they call it like candy. It has its own section.
Yeah, I mean
Some-
lemon cherry gelato.
Some
gelato.
places where like you go shop at,
Scream.
like they'll literally tell you like, what do you want, candy flavors or like candy gas? I'm just like, no, bro, give me like original shit, bro.
Yeah, it's the best way we can describe it is like big little kids. I think like adults have never been more youth oriented than ever because of like sales basically. But like I'm in my 40s and I still like candy.
Yeah.
I still eat candy and I know it's not good for anybody. But I'll take me into 7-Eleven. I'm gonna get some cherry sours.
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
get-
Hey, dude,
What?
that's me, dude.
Yeah,
I stop
thank you.
fucking
I like
with
that.
candy, bro.
Dude,
All
we're,
my 40s.
it's a big little kids thing, and I think we're allowed to. I maintain that candy is not for kids. Like, talk to one doctor, and he'll say, like, don't give your kids candy. Like, rot all their teeth, messes up their metabolism. They get all tweaky, and then they crash. It's like it's bad.
It's because it becomes
Sugar's
an addiction,
bad for
bro.
kids.
Like it becomes a fucking addiction. As a kid, bro, you can see it like the most. Like because a kid is pure, bro. So like you introduce them to something like coffee or something that has addictive features, like Like sugar, you'll start seeing they start fiending for it, bro.
I know we have to dial back on boba right now. The boba Thai has us like
boba
is
Thai,
on us,
yeah.
you know.
I like the boba Thai.
It's hecka good, but there's tons of sugar and
They give
caffeine
you
in
kidney
there,
stones,
dude.
Okay, all right. How about this? I like.
You know about those, right?
Oh man, I like that stuff, man. I know.
I know. And need an
I
intervention.
feel like you guys are having an intervention with me or something right now.
Just drink more water, I guess.
Yeah, bro.
you know.
First, have you ever seen? I seen a video and it made me think about every time my girlfriend wants to go fucking get boba and shit, and I'm just like, I'll get the fucking tea, like the clear one, bro. But like the more fucking dairy based it is, bro, it's like almost like all this fucking sugar that is just just whipped so fucking well for you to just be like, oh yeah, the bobas is like the least of your fucking worries, bro. And you know those things don't fucking dissolve, bro. I don't know how you're. Shout out to the human body, because I don't even know how the fuck those things deteriorate, bro. You can. I've literally seen the same pair of bobas in the spot at the parking lot by the boba spot that I've been there 4 or 5 times since I've been there, and I'm just like, yo, is my stomach full of fucking bobas down there? Like, what the fuck's up? Like, something's off about the fucking bobas, dog. Like, I don't trust them at this day and age.
Hey man, when I'm eating my Jolly Bees and I'm drinking my boba, man, leave me alone, okay? If you see the same bobas they go in right before me. They, after, man. Hey, just leave the bobas alone. They're not doing anything.
It's a nice moment. You're there with your kid, stirring up the stir.
Nah, Doobie's there by himself, dude. He's like, let me get the extra large boba.
No, man.
Jolly Bee, let me get the mango pie. And yeah, I can see Doobie right now. And he's like, in a large Coke.
Oh man, then I'm no.
All the sugary shit.
Diet Coke.
Dee's
Diet
right.
Coke.
I'll have those tummy problems, and I don't want that, man. I know what you're saying, though.
My cop out is like, I'm like, at least I'll walk to the boat.
Come on,
because I've been to San Francisco is a very walkable city.
Absolutely.
You can walk a mile and be like, I'm going to treat myself to some boba. I just walk a mile. No,
It's a treat. Just a little treat.
Okay, I think we're
That's what
talking.
you think, though.
It's a mile home.
The cup is,
off the boat.
the cup is fucking cute, bro. That's what they meant to get you. Like, you're thinking because it's like a cute looking atmosphere. It shouldn't be that bad for you. That shit's horrible, bro. It's so much fucking sugar.
I don't want to talk to an endocrinologist about boba because they would just put me off of them forever.
Yeah, you know what that does to you, right? You're like, oh.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, leave one of those fucking bobas out in a spot where you'll see it and that shit will.
Once it separates, it starts
Dude, it
looking
just
crazy.
starts drying up, but those things don't dissolve. And I'm just like, what the fuck happens when you eat them?
I think that's the same thing as a cherry pie. I'm paying you to not know what's happening back there. Like, I know it's going to be a bunch of sugar and a bunch of cream and a bunch of fucked up shit.
Yeah, pie crust making.
Put a wall up and then send it out through the wall.
As pictured, please.
They should have a warning or something or telling you, hey, this is a boba.
There's gonna end
if
up
it's
with
your
a
first
government
time,
warning.
you're gonna be probably on the toilet for a minute. That's it. That's it. That's it. Just warning. Just
Have you
a
seen
warning.
some of those videos where some of the stuff is like,
That's
or
it.
some of the shit is made, like, or how it's made? Like, I saw this video of how ramen noodles are made. God damn, that thing starts out looking like shit in brownies, bro. Like, and it's just it gets so horrible. Like,
Where does boba even come from? Is that tapioca?
Tapi-
What is it?
Yeah.
What is that? Is it a rice?
I haven't seen that video,
gluten?
but I'm sure after you mentioning it, I
don't want to know. Can I just not want to know?
It definitely doesn't
In
grow on fucking
2024,
trees
can
or
I just
something.
not
Like,
wanna
somebody's in there like making these fucking things, bro.
It comes from
I don't think
tapioca
it's like-
starch.
Okay.
Tapioca starch. Okay.
I'm just happy
Okay.
I can digest that. I'm sure all the gluten
That's what
people
you
are
think,
like, I
bro.
hate the segments.
What if you got like 5 pounds of boba in your stomach, bro? You just,
Dude, it's just sitting there.
it's just sitting there, and like your stomach's like one big boba.
Okay. To me, I like tapioca pudding. If that's what it is, big versions of the little balls that are in the tapioca pudding, then okay, I get it. And will I keep drinking it? Maybe not. But I did it when I was young, but now, man, at my age, I don't know if I'll be putting all those little rubber balls, tapioca balls in me. Yeah.
Or at least drink a lot more water and move around a lot more to counteract
you.
all the calories you're bringing on.
Like,
Thank you.
In real
Yes.
life, though, like,
In real life.
Thank you. Yes.
not
Yeah.
just like on stage.
Yep.
All right, I got to go back to
He's on. I see what you're doing.
I got to go back to a Mellow Man Ace. You finally tried the Flying Dutchman. You were saying, how was it?
Yeah.
You've had 4 of those, dude?
I've had 3. And I know my doctor wouldn't be happy, but he doesn't have to know.
He does now.
He doesn't watch.
Don't do that.
Dude, that onion.
Yeah, yo, it
Expensive.
was man.
Shit's-
Yeah,
that shit
that's
looks
my new
good,
best
though.
friend. I'm a comfort eater, so if I have issues or I'm going through shit, I'm gonna eat. And-
That's the worst.
but
kind of
right now,
problem.
I'm not. I'm just doing it for sport because I never had it. So my life is
just
fine. My life
grind
is
it out.
great, and I'm not in any kind of I love it. I'm loving it.
Just
Loving life.
got a
Comfort
question
I'm
for
just-
you. Would you do the tomato Flying Dutchman?
Absolutely would.
Okay.
Absolutely, that'd be way better. I'll do that.
Nah, that looks the way worse.
Now you talking about onions.
I do them both, but the onion is my guy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah. See, now I might have to go back there today.
Damn. I didn't even know that was a thing.
It just looks
That's
so
what I
good,
said. They
man.
told me in here last week.
Right? It looks
Tomato
good.
version for sure.
I mean, I could do that with a
Messy.
chocolate milkshake easily, man, and then kill that, man. But yeah, man, I know that's that's too much, man. So yeah, man. But hey, thanks to Mella for just putting us on the Flying Dutchman. And if you're by a
How did you figure out about
that?
Somebody said it. In here.
Okay.
I think B said it the other day.
All right.
It's on their secret menu.
It's on the secret
yeah.
menu.
Is this the cookie line coming back?
And then I was like, yo, what are you talking about, man?
Right.
And they put me up on game. I believe it was E-Zone and B who put me up on game.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, In-N-Out can do no wrong, man. They got some good burgers, man. That's all I could say. Yeah.
Great roll on this E-Zone.
Thank you.
Yeah. I feel like the Cookie Land's leader here. I think the Wild Sour was a little fresher before, and the Lithium is right there with it, just in a different lane.
Yeah.
So you got like the savory, desserty Cookie Land, like it's more biting. And then, our tropical, sit by the pool with our special lady friend, Lithium.
David, you are the Vince Scully of this shit.
Hey, no, you know who he
understand
is? Hey, Dave is the those dudes that make those expensive perfumes?
No. He is
No,
the
he
Vince
knows-
Scully. You understand me?
Dude, he knows how to do the formula. He knows the equation. Oh, that's it, man. Yeah. That's
Yeah. No. This guy.
Yeah,
He's
he
the
knows.
Vince Scully. We're in the 9th inning, and he's describing shit to a T.
Yeah, good shit. Yeah,
Separating the flavors and the. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, the only thing is,
Tasting each flavor.
how do you when you're judging the weed, how do you because you're going through sativa, you're going through hybrid, you're going through indica.
Yeah.
How do you separate your senses, man, from not getting so jaded from the strains?
The judges I talked to say that they end up really high, and then the strongest stuff kind of punches through.
Okay, got
And
it.
even that stage, and that's kind of like the Richter scale tripping
That
for them.
strong punch.
Well,
in
then
the
how
smell.
would you know
Okay.
which strain gave you that extra punch?
Yeah, because when you're like smoking it within a couple of minutes, you're like, I've been high all day, and I'm higher now because of this special one. You know,
Got it. Yeah.
That's a great feeling, though.
Yeah,
Yes, it
and
is.
There's that high tolerance consumer, that everyday smoker, that all day smoker, for whom like they have to switch it up because one thing kind of just stops doing it for them.
Yeah.
And when you see these Cannabis Cup winners, these Emerald Cup winners, you are definitely looking at shit that got the like highest people in the industry high.
Right on. Dave.
Like, and so
Yes.
it's in like an absence of any other data, that's a good data point. It's like,
Yeah.
these guys won something.
I understand that, man. I appreciate that. Trust me, man. I know what you mean. I mean, yeah. When you appreciate the strains, the taste, like you said, and man, you do like this 130-point inspection on it that I love. That's what you want, man. You definitely want a connoisseur to give you the advice and point you in the right direction of getting the right indica. You know what I'm saying? And or hybrid or sativa, because I've tasted some good hybrids too. So yeah. So of course, man. But
Yeah, I mean,
Lucky,
don't-
man.
you don't have to get
Frisco.
too nerdy
Yeah.
with it. It's still weed. It's still a lot of fun.
yeah.
But if someone's like,
Hey.
"Yo, you were judging, what'd you do?" and I'm like, "Well, I wrote down all the columns and names and scored them all and added them up and talked to everybody and see what everyone smoked the most and did my God's honest best."
Yeah.
You know, I think.
Yeah, to be
was
fair
the
and honest.
meanest
Right?
judge.
Yeah, I mean, people are trying really hard to grow this stuff and enter
Yeah.
and win.
Right on.
And I think when you point people to something good, that's like good karma.
Yes.
And you're gonna have a friend for life. Like they're like, that guy, he fucking turned me on to cherry pie.
Yeah,
like
that is-
that's my
that's
shit.
true. That's
because
true.
for a
It
lot
is.
of people, their cultivar is their medicine. It is the thing they need for whatever they got going on, and they need that exact one. You know.
Yeah.
Like I had one of my best friends, D. he's the one that turned me on to Mac 1, like the OG, and not only then at that point I was like, not only are you one of my best friends, but like you're one of my bestest friends now.
See?
For putting me onto that weed, you know what I mean? And like ever since then, I've always been like, Mac is a great thing, man.
And it's just people's chemistry. Because another person who tries Miracle Alien cookies, it goes, never again. But, you and millions of other people are like, yes, please. Can I get an ounce every month, like on the 1st, and like have this be my thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot. I don't, when I started in the beat back in like 2009, I wasn't sure strains even existed or they were real. And some of the first dispensary guys were like, making baseball cards with strains on them and effects, and you're like, get out of here.
Right.
And that's how I think the first strain I tried to smoke for effect was Blue Dream, and it promised a more hybrid anti-anxiety effect. And I had thought I had more anxiety back then, and I was like, God damn, like for me, this batch did what was on the baseball card.
Let me tell you this, D. Blue Dream was the first strain that I smoked when I was in Amsterdam, when I first went to Amsterdam.
Oh, wow.
And it was very popular over there. So for you to talk about Blue Dream now, it's just like, maybe it's just a more evolved strain of it, or maybe because it was
same one.
It probably is.
Blueberry and haze, they never stopped growing it.
But it's good.
It's like a staple. It's elemental. It's foundational. It's like at your table the way, like it's table wine or Sprite.
Yeah.
It's like
yes.
It's a known thing, and amounts of it go up and down, prices and quality, but and yet it remains, and it's been tested by the market for better on 20 years. So there's no reason to think it would go away.
I'll give my testimony. It's buckled my knees a couple times at the Rainbow Bar and Grill with Mello and B a couple times. So. And mine is so. It's just like, forget it, man. It's good weed, yeah.
You can grow a strong one.
Yeah.
You can grow a big one and pretty one. Yeah. I've grown it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Shout out DJ Short, who made the Blueberry. And then the Haze came out of Santa Cruz.
Yes.
In the 90s.
Man. That's one thing. Santa Cruz got some good dank out there.
They got great hills above Santa Cruz.
Yeah, man. Forget it, man. Those surfers know what they're doing. They know what they're smoking.
Dude, I remember back in the late 90s, early 2000s, the Miami Haze.
Okay.
And that used to that fragrance, that perfume it puts out when being smoked to this day is like, if I smell anything like kind of real, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
man, it's an amazing like throwback to time,
That olfactory trigger is like the oldest in memory. Our sense smell develops first in the womb.
Yeah, dude.
And you can walk into a basement from childhood blind and be like, I know where I am.
Yeah.
And so the memory is really strong. And so that effect is really common. And I think it has to do with like survival. Like the sense of smell and smelling something dangerous or you like is like what kept us like, alive before we were in people. And so when the opposite of it is true too, when people say like, I don't like the smell of weed, it smells like skunk, yada yada. I know what they're saying is like, I don't know why, but this smell makes me afraid. Like on like a lower limbic system. Like I'm about to be sprayed by a wild animal,
right?
And potentially lose my vision and sense of smell for a while.
Yeah,
like they didn't have tomato when you were a caveman. You got skunk and you died. Or whatever happened. And so, there's like these molecules in there, thiols that are like sulfur molecules that just trigger like limbic level responses in people like, oh no, versus us who are kind of acculturated to it. You're kind of like, oh yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Let's get it on.
Because you can smell some bad weed.
Yeah.
Oh, you can smell some boofing out in the wild all day.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can, like, you could just be like, damn, man. I don't want
you feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Well, I have
sometimes.
sympathy for them. Yeah, I try to maybe give them a hash hole or if I have a joint something already rolled.
But
yeah.
Doobie's lying, bro. He does not have that many hash holes just lying around.
Nah.
No, but that's true. I do smoke them.
Hey, but there are some people who really don't like strong weed. I've smoked with friends that have been like, hey, how strong is this? And I'm like, well.
Most people.
You know what I mean? And they'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, if it's too strong, I prefer not to smoke it. And I'm like, damn, all right. Like,
Yeah.
Don't forget about me, Dave. The other stuff you were telling me about
That's right.
earlier.
Yeah.
Please.
Some terpy CBD.
I'll be looking in the
CBDV.
mail here every day. You know what I'm saying? For real.
We'll lace you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out like that. I'd say less than 10, like basically 10% of the population
You need
is
that
like a
daddy
regular weed smoker. There's 90% of people that don't smoke every month.
Right.
And so among them are people that like prefer never to, and for whom it's just doesn't feel right. The way other people abstain from alcohol.
Yeah.
Same thing. And it's the nice thing is like there's more modalities and cannabinoids than ever to get actually what you were wanting out of weed without getting, the stuff you didn't want. Back in like the 90s, the guy would have lavender or OG, and you could take it or leave it. And now most menus will have like 100 strains on there.
Dang.
200.
There are strains
I know.
that
I know.
would you say is like your guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasures.
That you like, that you don't like for example, like me, like cat piss. If I could find that shit, like, and it's grown good, like I'll fucking just, I don't know what the lineage is. I just know that if it's that smell, I'll fucking, people don't really like that shit.
Okay.
Bro.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah.
like I'll be like, fuck, that's really it.
I'm dirty. You're a dirty man.
Or like a fucking, or like a cheese, bro. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, like some
Let's
shit like
talk
that.
about
People would be like, I tell B-Roy, you want to smoke some UK cheese? They'd be like, fuck that shit.
Dude.
You know what I mean? But like I'll be like, yo, you got some of that cheese, bro? It's just good.
Right now, it's the center of that is over GMO cookies.
Oh, I love that shit.
Yeah, and everything's built off the funky, stankiness of GMO.
Yeah.
And I think it comes out of chem. We have some chem dog here, but it's just really astringent and biting, and it can become like the base note of all these other flavors. And the best way I describe them now is like if you're into cheese, you start getting into funkier cheeses.
Absolutely.
Or if you're into wrap, like more experimental stuff. You get bored and you start pushing out on the edges and finding stuff that's more divisive, that makes you take a stand that you just like or you get acculturated to, especially because it gets you so high, like GMO and a lot of these stanky ones.
GMO is one of my favorite because I have a collaboration vape, a live resin pen with Propan, and we're like in several stores, and we also make a cold cured GMO flavored, and that shit's my favorite, like to dab and to just vape, like just because the actual flavor behind it, and like of course it's way different than smoking it in a joint, but I feel you're just more smoking just like the terps because it's pure sauce in there,
Yeah, and it carries through from the plant better, it extracts better, and so it still has like its stink, and savory strains in general are this like counterpoint that's a lot smaller than desserts and candies, and people are just violently against them. Like I talked to a sales lady at Hall of Flowers who's like, this is one of my number one selling strains, I hate it smmells like grandpa's breath. It's a GMO.
Yeah.
And it literally, there are strains called like grandpa's breath, motor breath, ogre breath.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That have like halitosis notes. And it's like,
Halitosis, no.
like
Horrible.
it totally like revolting, in a way that some people are like, I don't know, I kind of like it, like.
I mean, when it turns to the smoke, it becomes a different flavor, right? It's more than like it's not
In the
gonna
burn.
taste like it.
It's the only time you would tolerate those smells, though, bro. To be honest, like sometimes I heard somebody would be like, "Yo, this shit kind of smells a little like puke, bro." You know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro. And then there's like, and I'll be like, "You're still gonna smoke it, though, right?" He's like, "Yeah, it just smells like daughter."
Yeah, like a rougher, funky, or like it's like you said, it's got a bit of like oh shit.
It's often like a fermentedness and like either plants fermenting or bodies
like
fermenting.
a puppy breath, like a
you
puppy
got
breath.
it.
If
Stop.
you ever smelled like a dog's puppy breath, bro? There's certain weed, bro, that when it's fresh, that shit'll smell just like the puppy breath, bro. And it's just like,
shit.
It's a beautiful thing.
I mean, I've had dogs all my life. I just recently became a cat person, but I remember having puppies and every time, you let them lick you and stuff like that, you're picking them up. And you just like, that's a very distinct smell.
Well, it's
all puppies have that breath smell. And it's like when you smell some kush, like it was a cookie based kush. I'm like, dude, this shit smells like fucking puppy breath, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know what E-Zone is saying, and it's that stagnant palate that you taste in that, and I know what you mean by the notes. Some people like it, some people don't.
No, it's about them not liking it. Or
okay, there you go. Right.
Good art makes you take a stand.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
And Michigan is really strong in GMOs. Oregon's really strong. They're getting really down the line of these foul and yet attractive, really high strains that will decohere into fun stuff like cookies and fruit. I like it's just for people who like extreme things,
Right.
like who just want to feel something. So, they have a lot of salt on their food.
Yeah.
Or,
Live a little.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it because it's the Midwest, and they need it out there, man. So all my big shout-outs to all my brothers and sisters in the 420 community
They're
out
killing
there.
it.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, D.
I'm interested as more of these, like, I think is in my head is like, as more of these, states make it legal, I'm more interested in trying, like, weed grown in those areas.
Yes.
And
Pure
that's-
Michigan in Michigan.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
I mean,
I'm looking forward to
yeah.
taking
Ghost strain
like,
haze in Colorado.
Yeah.
Sour or piff in New York.
Yeah.
I did that. Got to check that box with, like AJ from AJ Sour Diesel. And definitely got over my skis doing sativa up on the 8th floor of a Chelsea spot, and then hitting the streets and being like, oh shit, where are we going? What are we doing?
What-
So
What's
you did the
Like, what's the lineage on that?
So AJ Sour Diesel, I think both Sour and Chem, or Sour and OG Kush, come from Chem, and so does Danny Dinko. Chem was really popular, and it was upstream, and generally what's happened is the upstream stuff that's popular gets like taken downstream. And so Sour is smaller, it's greener, it can be limey, it can be sour, it can be biting, which I think is where the Chem part came in. And it's really zippy. It's considered a sativa. We just changed it to hybrid live on IG with AJ because he's like, hey man, it's actually like a kind of a hybrid. And
That's
it's
it right
true.
there?
It's like a sativa dominant
Look
hybrid.
at that. Ooh.
Yeah, green bud can get really icy, really notoriously a pain in the ass to trim because it's small and you got to get in there and it feels like it all just kind of fritters away. And so Sour, is from the 90s too. So 20 plus years of strain development have happened since then.
Okay.
Millions of plants have been grown and hunted to get stuff that's bigger or easier to grow. And so it's like a classic car that like it might not be as efficient or handle as well, but it's like iconic and everyone wants to like take it for a drive, and you should.
Yeah.
So you did the stadium tour. Yeah.
Yes.
In phrases that I can understand,
Yeah.
So again, you would say, how many would you do a day, like different strains?
I mean, it depends on the scenario. So Jimmy Devine did the Trans Bay Challenge at Hall of Flowers in Santa Rosa, and he had like a tote of like 20 plus strains that they were just live judging there. And so how deep you can go and how balanced is going to be different than like if you can hit the streets with like 4 strains, and smoke one in the morning when you're totally fresh,
Right.
another one later before lunch, so on and so forth, and get more sense of each one, see how long they last. I think you could like respectably get a sense of 4 strains a day, if a high's lasting 90 minutes each time and it's a work day.
Correct. Yeah.
Right on. I mean, the way Dave says it. I mean, yeah. I mean, he knows it. He knows it all right there. I want to apologize to our people tapping in right now. We're supposed to do the Insane Asylum in the Treehouse. I don't know if you guys. Am I supposed to do that right now, man?
Oh, dude, you're good. Yeah, we'll
All
get
right.
into it right here. We'll
All
open
right,
the
thank
doors.
you guys. Thank you guys. We got these features, D. Sorry about that, man. I didn't want to interrupt you, man.
Welcome to the Insane Asylum.
All right, let's do this. Elevated is saying, I just want to shout out David Downs. You are doing some great work in the cannabis community.
I had to give him a mew for my kid. He's like, you got a mew.
I like that. Heck yeah, man.
And David, what do you think about states like Florida that doesn't allow flashy packaging? Does that hurt their sales?
I think they're on a journey from prohibition to acceptance, and one of those gateways is an issue around packaging. One thing we saw with the Mylar show and we sat with is like cannabis is a real placebo like driven plant where you kind of bring your expectations or your emotional state to it with an expectation to get out of it. And so some people can get high on hay if they think like, I'm getting high.
Yeah.
It's just an active placebo. And one of the things that sets expectations is packaging. And so you see a lot of stuff that like promises to make you feel chill or look like blueberries or smell like blueberries or look like lemon cherry gelato, and like a pretty silver package that's colorful with ice cream on it will prime your brain to like look for that when you open the bag. And maybe it is lemon cherry gelato, maybe it's just another gelato cross, but you're walking in there thinking creamy berry, and then you'll like smell it in there.
Yeah.
And you might see it more than if it was just like a plastic bag in a guy's pocket, like a Ziploc baggie.
Right.
And so this intentions like is happening all around us, and it's not just limited to weed. So like everything we purchase is trying to like tell us about itself and what to expect and what you're going to get out of it that you want, you know.
Absolutely.
And kind of like helped us like decode, you know, a lot of that and separate it. So I mean, again, like we see all these states in different gates of legalization from, you know, and then Canada is another one where you can't do a lot of packaging.
Right
in
now.
general, where there's a lot of regulation and you know, government, they step in on stuff like that. You know, and but I think like we have the democratic process. Florida's going to, you know, on track to legalize it. This, you know, coming election, it's polling at like 64, 66.
Oh, that's dope.
62%. I mean,
Yeah.
you need 60, and you need everybody. The deadline to register for voting has closed, and they made it much more challenging to make sure you can vote in Florida.
Yeah.
But now they're working on Smart and Safe Florida is working on turning out voters to be able to grow more, or you know, to like I think like, and you know, they don't have home grow, which is an issue people have with it.
Right there.
But again, neither does Washington.
Yeah.
These things can come in stages. You know, we can avail ourselves of the democratic process. But I've been talking to brands who are really excited to keep bringing the best of California to Florida. And so all the big best brands from California are generally operating in Florida now, even with packaging issues.
That's dope.
You know, Wizard Trees, Jungle Boys, Cookies, Connected, Sea Junkie.
Yeah.
It's so cool that you could smoke so good in Florida now. I mean, I guess they always had good stuff, but now you can just, if you're medical, you can walk in and get it. And they're, you know,
Safe access.
they, you know,
They're boat people.
they gave
need
LA what would become OG Kush.
Yeah.
So us and Florida have a strange relationship.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they go out. So in December, they're doing Terp Basil in Miami.
Wow.
That is like art, like Miami does like an Art Basel art, you know, festival
Yeah,
in
the art
December.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah, the
It's
art
probably
show.
fucking great
Art
because
show,
it's
yeah.
warm down there.
Yeah.
And the weed scene does Terp Basil next to Art Basel, which is like that's a great reason to go to, you know.
I love it. I
Art
love
weed.
it.
You said
Mm-hmm.
that. You said that. California and Florida have a weird relationship because they gave the OG to
The parent of it, yeah.
the parent of it. Like, what do you mean? They be hating on us or what?
No, we are strangely connected. All these weeds are like little portals, and if you look at them deep enough, there's a whole universe in them. And if you show me a nug of OG Kush, you're looking at 90s Hollywood, dude getting cuts from his buddy in Florida, and before he was even named OG Kush, OG Kush was a marketing name. After their shit got out so much that they're like, no, we have the OG.
Yeah.
Right,
You know,
right.
And those guys are still around. Josh D still is growing in
Yeah.
Santa Barbara.
Yep. Josh D's cool.
Yeah, and so it would be cool to go to Florida and find some of this vintage cultivation and the other culture keepers there, and figure out how they dry it, because it's humid as fuck.
Right.
And weed needs to dry at like 55 relative humidity, 55 RH. I wrote a book about it, and it's not that.
What's the name of the book?
It's called Marijuana Harvest by David Downs with Ed Rosenthal. And
Can you hold it up one more time?
boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
Check it out, you guys. Right
Boom.
there. There it is.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
It's harvest season. Don't, stick the landing. Don't waffle the shot at the last minute.
It's important.
You just grew all that shit,
Yeah.
and it's time to bring it in. You spent all that money, water, food, nutrients and dirt, and growing or drying it, harvesting is actually like half the battle.
There
It is. Because
Correct.
now you got to get all the water out before it molds, and not let it mold, and hold on to all the terpenes, the oils in it, and they just want to evaporate at room temperature.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to keep it cool. You're gonna have to keep it relatively dry, keep the air moving for like 10 days, y'all. So shout out to everybody with weed drying in their guest room right now.
Right.
Yeah, because it's a It's an issue.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever grown where to dry it, but no one seems to think about that part.
No, absolutely.
We thought about it. We did a book on it. It's doing really well.
Yeah, the growers, they go through.
Thanks.
Man, yeah.
Get the book.
Yeah,
Get the book.
Just
That's
get the
one.
book. Yeah, get the book. I
Big-
like that.
Big show to Johnny, OG Diamond, and Sam Wise the Great is asking. Just ordered the sweater E-Zone. Do your shirts come in different colors?
This one's in black and silver, yeah, but they do have different colors. They have the option to present it online.
That shirt there?
Yeah, this
Killer.
It's we don't smoke the same Peanuts rendition, so it's like my podcast, but everybody who's been on there, like this is this is Aton. This is my new co-host Nitty. This is myself. This is Steph Tone from the Deftones. This is Xavier. Ray is back here. Rock Sampson's making beats here, and Cypress Hill in the background.
Amazing. Shout out the artist.
Yeah, shout out Chili Millie.
Chili Millie.
David is saying, "Yo, I love Blue Dream and a cup of coffee. It makes you have a wonderful day."
I agree, man. It's a stressful time of year, and I can attest. Like to this week, I smoked some Blue Dream from 7 Leaves, and it did exactly what was advertised. You know, like the blueberry flavor, the sweetness, the loudness have all moved on from like 90s Santa Cruz, but the effect continues to just be like medicine for people.
Right on.
You know?
Yeah.
Stay calm, everybody. I think that's key.
Indeed.
Above and Below is asking, "Yo, everybody at the table, what was the worst weed that you've tried, or what's a strain you were excited to try but were disappointed?"
Oh.
Negativity.
I just was like, what a bummer.
Yeah.
It was some garbage, man. They sold me at the dispensary, man. They were like, "Oh yeah, we got you. They got me all right."
Well, I haven't smoked in 24 years, realistically.
Oh!
The last thing that I got was some like jungle bunny bush weed backyard shit from Huntington Park shit, you know what I mean? In a dime bag, you know what I mean? The
Oh,
OG dime bag, you know what I mean? So,
smelling like super unleaded.
doggy, it was more like regular
Oh shit.
unleaded.
Kinda
You know?
think.
I just got done judging the Emerald Cup, and we had bags and bags of pre-rolls to judge. Pre-rolls are like the hot dogs of the cannabis industry.
Yes,
you know?
yes. Speak on it, D. Thank you.
You know, they're filled with they can be filled with gnarly stuff. And nowadays they're adulterated with large amounts of hash. So they're like dipping them or rolling them, or using them with cannabinoids and terpenes.
Yeah.
And we just had to wait in there like World War I, man. Like,
Oh, wow.
like it was trench warfare with some like bags of pre-rolls. And there were some naughty pre-rolls in there. Naughty, bad pre-rolls. On the other hand, I like to keep it positive though. There's this brand called Dunkz, D-U-N-K-Z. They are contributing to the hash hole wave,
Okay.
you know, where they have
Okay,
the joint
yeah.
with the hash down the middle.
Nice.
And that is being commercialized, although they're rolled by hand. You know, it's medieval in the sense that we don't have machines do it. It's
Right.
still people.
Right.
Yeah,
And but they're all extremely uniform and extremely good. They're like $60 a joint.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a bunch of hash and a bunch of premium flower. Dunkz is like picking out growers and hash makers to bring together. That's a cool thing, and the guy behind it has all this experience and has done all this other stuff. And so you're like, oh, that's why this packaging doesn't suck and this product is amazing. Rosin Tech Labs is another one that I think is at the top of the hash hole game in the Prop 64 market in California, where they won a bunch of hash awards and now they're rolling them up. But I mean, think about anything else in 2024 that people touch the whole thing, like compared to our clothes, anything. But from the moment like it gets cloned and planted in the rock wool to the day you like light that huge hash hole, like it's just been your community and people all in your like state, like touching it and loving it, you know, and kind of hopefully infusing it with like good intention.
Hey, D, how about the real question? RSO. Have you like trying that?
So RSO is surging. Real Rick Simpson oil.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
syringes of oil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
high
take it for fun.
THC, Huh? What's that?
We take it for fun.
Yeah.
We do it
Yeah.
for
You don't
fun.
even need to have terrible, terrible terminal illness.
Yeah, no,
Right? You don't even need
we push the limits to how far you can take it. But like everybody, well, some of us, like
Tell us.
Be Real and myself, have like gotten to the point where we can take a whole syringe in one big ass capsule
What?
and just. I've documented this. Like I've gone to Disneyland
Oh,
and dressed as Jafar and done this.
I got to watch that.
I
Yeah.
do half, man. I don't
Dude,
do a whole syringe.
he has been out of his mind on it at
I
times.
believe it's transported.
Yeah.
Like,
It is.
you don't need to do mushrooms, people.
We started
You
out
can
with the
just get some
regular capsules.
RSO on
Oh, these
blueberry.
dudes doing. Oh, yeah. The
But it
mushroom.
was. I've definitely tested the limits. That is for sure the strongest high you can achieve.
Did you get the tummy troubles?
With the SHO, the solventless hash oil, yes, but the regular Rick Simpson oil, no.
Okay, and then was it all body high and disassociative? Or
No,
what?
it was a mixture of both.
Okay,
Yeah. Like there was days when I wanted to fuck shit up, and then there was days where I'm like, I want to just go to sleep.
Yeah. So people use it on topically as like an experimental therapy for like freaking skin cancer, and it's used a lot. I've been reporting about it being used in like prostate cancer and a lot of stuff like on the medical side, and then on the like adult use recreational side, it's a crazy versatile way to eat weed, right?
Yeah.
Because it's decarboxylated. And we see it at Leafly that the search traffic and the interest in RSO. And there's like strain specific RSO that people just love, like an ice cream cake or whatever versus other kinds, because you're getting the full spectrum
Right.
of the whole plant in there. And that shit is healing. Like they could heal your like biblical palpitations, like epilepsies,
Word, yeah.
seizures and tremors and
I think to people that just like kind of smoke on the level that we do, that's if you really want to experience the full spectrum of what the plant has to offer, that is the way to go.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, or
Like different strains, like how you said, if you want to see how like the ice cream cake one does it,
I mean, yeah, if you want to go there. Like,
I
you
mean,
know,
I enjoy it from time to time now. I don't really try to push the boundaries like on a regular basis as much because I'm like, fuck, that is the closest an RSO experience will give you the closest thing to a weed hangover.
yeah.
I was gonna say like, what were you like afterwards?
Thirsty. Very, very thirsty.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Poor liver, dude.
Yeah, like very, very fucking thirsty. I definitely
Yeah, your liver takes it on that one.
I definitely got an IV
Oh.
the second time afterwards
Damn.
just because I just felt I'm like, yo, it's not going away after the first day, so I'm gonna
Dang, day 2.
yeah.
Yeah, it can be at
Man.
least 24 hours after for sure.
Man, that's
That's a whole body therapy.
If you do that, what I'm saying is like there should be a disclaimer: don't handle any heavy machinery, don't go driving, don't do any of that stuff.
You can
Stay
drive
home.
like on the way to the event.
Don't
Yeah.
Just don't think about driving after.
No,
dude.
don't give them no incentive, man. Just
Uber.
stay safe, man. Please, just stay safe. And
Yeah, go slow with that stuff.
yeah.
A little dab will do you.
Yeah, they say a rice grain.
Rice grain.
I've seen this dude do way more.
We bought like it was B-Real's fault. He's like, yeah, I started filling up my own capsules. I'm like, oh, we can fill up our own capsules. And then I went on Amazon. I was like, the largest capsule you can fill.
Oh,
And those are like they're just big.
Horse
like
pills.
horse pills.
Yeah, they're horse pills, dude.
Even get him down.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were like
Dang.
like
So you
this,
could probably
they
put
were
them on
like
the other
this
end,
size,
too.
bro. They were
wow,
literally
that's
like,
your capsule right
like
there.
this.
You filled the whole thing?
like this side, and that's
Yeah,
like
you
Damn,
did.
those
fill
are
you can fill a
big.
whole syringe.
It's like a 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when
Man,
you
look
want
at
to
that thing.
like talk to the other dimensional beings at Disneyland.
You see a whole other story.
Yeah, I mean, it was great though. I would do it again, just for sure. You got to prep for it. Like maybe get the IV before you do it. That way you're like hydrated. While you're doing
Sounds like mountaineering. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, it was great.
You just gotta keep. Well, once it gets in, dude, and
because you
it's
feel it. Your stomach lets you know, like, motherfucker, I'm here.
yeah.
Yeah, like you feel like this warmth in your stomach when you eat it on that level.
Yeah.
As
Oh,
soon as
wow.
it hits your stomach and your stomach's like eating it, like you feel the warmth to just hit there, and you're like, oh,
Here we go.
the party's about to start.
Shout out
love
the
you.
home RSO makers. Be safe out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that too. It's easy.
Live to serve. Thank you so much.
Speaking of that, Nate Webster in the chat is saying, "Yo, took 600 milligrams of RSO in a gel cap form about an hour ago."
Ooh.
Man,
Bye-bye.
that's about to be a fun ride.
Yeah.
Enjoy,
yeah.
bro. I hope you
Enjoy.
tune into my show later.
Get home safe. That's it. Get home safe. That's
Oh
it,
yeah,
man.
it's gonna be a ride.
Yeah, like I said, when I first tried it, it was I had to accustom myself to it because the first time you try it, man, it's a whammo, and then second time you do it, then you're kind of like accustomed a little bit to it because it's strong, man. That
Yeah, and it should be different because if you're eating it, it's going through your liver, so it's like D11. It's like a delta 11 hydroxy THC instead of delta 9 on your lungs.
Wow.
And so it's like a different molecule.
Yeah.
And some people do great with it. Others it's like not their jam. So I'm a flower smoker. I like delta 9 THC.
Got it.
When I eat edibles, they like make me feel like cough medicine. Like you know, like like more on edge than I want to, you know. But other people, they can use crazy amount of edibles, and the cool thing is like you can take people up to like thousands of milligrams of THC a day and then back down, and they're pretty much no worse for wear versus like other substances where if like you develop a crazy tolerance to alcohol, you can't stop. You know, you have to go to a hospital.
Don't tell nobody, yeah.
Yeah, well, you have to go to a hospital or you could die if you stop. And a lot of other molecules will cause this like bad effect if you ramp off versus
True.
You can just eat several capsules of RSO, trip for days, and then be no worse for wear. Just get back out there.
Back where you where you left, yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, that's crazy,
Nike.
man. There's so many new ways. It's just funny, different innovative styles and products coming out.
I had to bring the Puffco pivot.
Hey, speak on it. Talk about it, D.
Yeah, Puffco makes everyone's favorite Puffco Proxy.
Don't they make unbelievable shit, man? It's amazing, man.
Yeah.
The stuff they make. Yeah.
It's like the Tesla vapes or, you know.
Yes. Thank you.
So they just sent me their latest revamp of the dab pen back in 2011.
Dope.
13, 2015, 2016, 2018. Like we were loading globs into like pens and ripping them and then going and seeing a movie and being like,
Guilty.
Guilty, right? And since then, carts kind of edged out, I think, a lot of the dab pen stuff because now there's like live rosin carts.
Right.
You just rip it and it's solventless vape. It's really good. And anyway, Puffco doubled back and like took another look at the dab pen and came out with the pivot, and you load it in the top and click it twice and then sip, you know, the soul of the plant because it's like a salt. I brought some solventless here.
That's dope,
And this is actually the inverse of yours because like you mentioned that like those RSO capsules are like everything in the plant in there. And it's maximal experience. With you know, a little grain of salt of this, you can pass it to someone again at a wedding. Tell them to take just a little sip, and it'll be like the most flavorful, like soul of the plant experience they'll have ever had. And then as long as they don't just keep hitting it, they'll be fine. But on the other end, like if you are a dabber, this thing rips, and you can rip the heck out of it. If I can get a dabber from you,
hook him up. He's on.
Thanks. I will put in some.
Look it up. Yep.
Alien Labs Skittles times Skittles 32 Z Cube.
Ooh.
Z Cube. There it is.
Z squared.
It sounds delicious.
Z squared.
There you go. Z squared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I had never seen solventless from Alien Labs. They just gave me some of it at Hall of Flowers, and I think it's going to be really tasty.
Right on.
In the pen.
Yeah. They make good stuff, man.
130, which is like a good price point for
there he goes,
people who don't have, you know, crazy $400 for a dab rig or $1,000.
They're on a budget. Yeah.
So I think we see people at Leafly be hella price sensitive, and with inflation and everything, it's cool to see Puffco put out something under 150. You know.
Yeah.
That's you know, just a couple rounds at the bar. So.
Because some of their stuff is like they look like art sculptures, man. But that little thing, man, that's like, you know, for me, maybe like a pocket. I mean like a, like a e-cigarette. Yeah.
Yeah. So you hold it down, turn it on, and then double tap it, which you see a lot at the Puffco stuff. It'll start like a heating cycle.
That's
and
dope.
It's,
look at that.
when it's the right temp, it'll buzz again, and you can start drawing on it.
So
and kinda
it'll
pass it
indicate,
around.
yeah. So it gives you like a little color indicator, and then it gives you a vibrating thing for your fingertips
Yeah.
to let you know that it's ready to go.
Yeah.
That is sick, man. It looks like something out of Tron. Straight
Dude,
up.
I love Tron.
Yeah, it looks like
That
something
cup,
out
that
of
blue
Tron.
did look like Tron. For
Yeah,
sure.
that blue. It's got like that blue Tron thing. So
And then pass it to E-Zone.
crazy, man.
For
Dope.
sure, Cali Blaze already like I like abused the fuck out of his ass. And,
Puff Gun?
Puffco, man.
OG Cannabis Cafe.
Nice.
Dope, man.
I was just gonna say, Dewey, we got just a couple more super chats here.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Wally G is saying, he's saying Dr. Greenthumb's at the Vikings Rams game halftime tonight, only $50.
Yeah. You better get it now before this sells out. I'll tell you now. Yeah.
Tony B is saying, salute to the table and the whole Dr. Greenthumb show. Thanks for all you guys do.
Thank you
Hey,
for watching.
thank you. Just thank you guys humbly, man, for just tuning in. Humbly from the Dr. Greenthumb show from here, everybody at the table. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Word
thank you for tuning in and hearing us.
Word, you guys. All right, man. I guess we reached the end of our show, you guys. I just want to thank everybody. Once again, I want to thank Dave, man, for
Thank
just
you.
coming by, man.
Shout out
Legendary.
Leafly. Download the app.
Hey, man, shout out, man. Word up, man. Thank you once again, man, just for blessing us with your presence and your knowledge, which is so extensive, man. Forget it, man. I can't even know words to describe it. I could get verbose
Thank you.
and show you my, but I won't. So I just wanted to say thank you once again. Hey, C minus, any shout outs or anything like
Yeah,
that?
just shout out everyone here at the table. Doobie, E, Mello, David, thank you for coming and hanging with us, man.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Everyone in the treehouse, Dom, Bolton,
Thank you,
and
Treehouse.
Ray. And, of course, Dro and Aton and Javi Lopez, my G. And, yeah, thank you for watching. You can follow me at C-Fan4. And, yeah, I might be on Twitch tonight, so keep your notifications on. But, word, I'll see you tomorrow for Dr. Greenthumb Show and Mix. Word.
D, if you got any shout outs, man, I know you already said a couple. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got to
Again.
shout out Leafly, shout out all of the whole Leafly family that's watching, CEO Yoko Miyashita, and the whole thing. Of course, shout out my wifey and the kids.
Word.
You know,
yeah.
Forget them.
And
yeah,
then,
yeah.
David Downs Presents team, Keith, Eric, Connor, Sabrina, Shannon, and Neil. Thank
Word.
you guys. Thank you, audience, for the opportunity to do this work.
Thank you, D. Heck yeah. Up in the treehouse.
Yo, shout the Insane Asylum. Thank you guys so much. Shout to Ray, Morning Shot Films. Shout to the Dominator. And 52% of the chat said Son Doobie will smoke that joint at the end of the show, but he hasn't smoked that yet. So.
No, I haven't, man.
52%
I got
of
Dave.
the
I'm
chat are
listening
wrong.
to D. Hey, man, I'm showing my hospitality to D, man. Hey, man, we got the legend, and you know, man, I'm not trying to really smoke, man, while the professor is talking. I apologize, you guys. You know, so just wanted to say I apologize to the listeners. Mello, man, you got any shout outs, man?
No, but I really want to go to sleep now.
He's got
That's tight.
I'm so relaxed.
E-Zone, any shout outs?
Yeah, salute to you for coming by.
Thanks, E-Zone.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. Make sure you guys tune in later for from 7 to 9 for the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast. Also, go to highandhungry.shop for the new stuff that is uploaded on there, including some new hats that I put up there. And this one that's selling out, it's very limited, so I won't make it anymore because it's a seasonal thing.
Cool.
As well, don't forget, if you're going to go to Kush Talk, stop by my booth. Come get yourself some merch. Come get yourself some stuff. Come get yourself some Pro Pens. We will be there Saturday, so make sure you guys pull up. It's going to be a dope time. I haven't been there. And yes, I hope to have the Starlink by that time, so I will be able to go live there. No problem.
Okay.
Nice.
Just want to thank everybody for checking out the Dr. Greenthumb show once again. It's nice to be important. It's more important to be nice. Swallow that. Thank you, guys.